Hey, Septic's here, and Mike. We've got everyone.
How's it going?
Bloody good, mate. Bloody good. If you've got a webcam, feel free to share. You're a devilishly handsome man. I don't think you'll be as handsome as Jakub was last week. How good looking was that guy?
Incredible. Put us all to shame, didn't he?
Oh, mate. Sexual white chocolate. Anyone know the movie reference?
Off the top of my head. I do recognise it.
Sexual chocolate.
I don't know why my webcam's not showing up.
Coming to America.
I've not seen that in a long time.
I love that movie, man. I love that movie. One of the best movies of all time. Eddie Murphy's golden period.
Oh, yes.
Good to see Wobo killing it. 300 viewers.
Yeah, I spotted that earlier. I saw he was on. I jumped into his stream for sort of 5 minutes before jipping off to do my own thing. But yeah, it's nice to see that he's back with a vengeance, so to speak, but in a good way.
Yeah. Got a lot to catch up on, though, but I'm certain people will be more than willing to help him out and keep him up to date. But I was just in there, Septic, looking at I resubscribed to him because I've been subscribed to him for quite some time.
Yeah, I noticed I've been unfollowed. Oh, no, I am following him. There he is.
There
Okay, I thought it had unfollowed me, but yeah, I'm there.
But, oh my God, some of the idiots in his chat, the comments they were making, it was making my blood boil. But yeah, I just hope Wobo doesn't listen to what some of those idiots are saying in there about the quality of the game and all the rest of it. You know, the dev team we know is down to a skeleton crew and all the rest of it, but they're doing fucking good. What do you reckon, Septic?
Yeah, I think they're doing good, yeah, considering what's going on, or as far as we know what's going on. I think they're doing an amazing job, as well as with the lockdown and things. Like, they still managed to push out 108, so...
And how have you been, mate?
Oh, I've been good, Just spending a lot of time with the family, kids. Not a lot else we can do, really, but...
Yep.
Trying to make videos and stream when I can. Views aren't as high as they once were, but enjoying it, that's the important thing.
But you're an enigma to me, mate. I was talking about you before the stream started. And from what I can tell, you've never jumped in with a stream team or a clique of people and all the rest of it. You've always done your own thing. And you were huge back in the early days of DayZ Standalone. And then it just kind of plateaued for you.
Yeah, I mean, I think we plateaued at about 1.1k viewers on Twitch, and then it just started to drop off. And then when Logan was born, he's 4 years old now, I stopped for a good few months, and when I came back, it was like starting again on Twitch. YouTube weren't so bad as long as it was a DayZ video, but the thing is, I wanted to go a more variety. I wanted to cover other games and other topics like tech and things like that, not just focus on one game only. I'd still continue to cover DayZ, but I didn't want to just be that DayZ guy,
Yeah.
So views and stuff took a hit there, and obviously on Twitch it's taken a hit because it's going up slowly, steadily, but it has taken a hit doing like Modern Warfare and other BR games and other games in general, like streaming like PS4 exclusives, doing playthroughs and things like that. Just I'm enjoying it. It's not it's not the same game all the time. It's only so much you can play DayZ. No matter how much you love it, it still make you go insane playing the same game. Like, I got 3,000 hours plus or something in DayZ, which is nothing compared to some people I know. Like Paul has got like 5k or something.
Nah, Paul's close to 10k now, I'm pretty sure.
What? Jesus. Yeah. Oh, that was the last I heard was 5k. Jesus. Yeah.
Yeah, did a bit of complex maths or something recently, and he worked it out at about 10,500 hours. Is that now? I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Fucking hell.
I think even Lax Hawthorne says he's got about 9,000 hours up in the game now, and
Jeez.
I'm sitting at about 5,000 myself. But I don't put in anywhere near the hours those guys do, which is just insane.
Yeah, it's insane hours, but to grow, you got to put the hours in as well, the consistency, and Paul's doing an amazing job with that. Like with Twitch, you've just got to keep at it. Like I had another break last year, like with my dad's health dropping off, and we thought we were going to lose him, so I didn't stream all year last year, looking after my dad. So that reset it all again, put me back to square one. Other than the hardcore regulars that stuck by me. I had to start again. So we're building it up again slowly. Like same with the YouTube though. If I do a DayZ video, it does well.
Yeah.
Thousands of views straight off day one. But anything else,
well,
it's
look
in
at your
less.
expansion mod official trailer, 46,000 views.
Yeah, that did well. I could have done better with that. I'm always a perfectionist, and I don't know. I could have done that better. I should have done that. But that was on my old PC. I could do so much more on my new PC. So.
That's a good
to
trait
make
to have
it look
when
better.
it comes to editing videos, though, mate. That you're always critical of your own work.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what about with Twitch, mate? What's your plans on that side of things?
Well, I've done a schedule because I always get asked like, what do you think I should do to get my stream growing and things like that, and I've always tried to help people. Like you say, I've not joined a stream team and things. I've helped a lot of people. Like, I helped Minder set up his stream stuff when we all started, and we all helped run him when he started and things like that. And I've loved helping people through it. So, kind of like, I don't know if it's detrimental to myself, but I've always helped other people, and then kind of put myself by the
reasons I
wayside.
like you though, Septic, is you've got that. It's about the community vibe about you, and. That's something I've always tried to have myself. I've gotten it wrong at times, but I've always tried to be there to help, support, promote, and do whatever I can within my limited scope to help others out. And that's one thing, I can put my hand on my heart that I know about you, that you're the same. You did the podcast with Owen Cooper back in the day, and you were more than happy to do a spotlight interview with me. So, us Antipodians here in Australia, mate, we love you.
Oh, thank you. It means a lot. But yeah, it's just anything I can do to help anybody, whether it be YouTube stuff. Like I had somebody join the stream yesterday and said my videos don't come out right, so I'm going to DM them my quality today settings for Vegas and things, and OBS. So their stream didn't look quite right, and so I'm more than happy for anybody if they want it, and they're in the Discord or whatever. I'll just DM them my settings, screenshots, and give them a go and tweak them to what they need. But yeah, always giving out tips and tricks and stuff like that. So yeah, going back to what I was saying is setting up a schedule. I always say do a schedule. You got to be consistent. Do what you enjoy. Be happy with it. Don't focus on numbers. Of course, numbers come into it because you want to grow. Nobody wants to be small forever. You're doing it because you want an audience and you want to make something of it. If you said you didn't want to do that, you'd kind of be not telling the truth. You'd be lying to yourself. But you got to do it because you enjoy it and because you love it. And you're having fun. You do it for any other reason, for money, anything like that, you're just going to be sad. You're not going to make it. And people will come because they know, and they can tell you're having fun and you love what you're doing. And that's the important thing, the most important thing for me. And being informative, helpful, entertaining, if you can entertain. And like I say, if I can at least make one person smile in my streams or laugh or something like that, or if I've informed somebody in some way, I've done my job right, just on that one person.
How much do you miss the status reports, mate? Because I read the status reports religiously, but I would still go and watch your video on them just to see if you had any takes on it or anything like that. And those videos of yours were very popular too. Yeah,
I did. I don't want to lie about it. I don't really miss them because it was a lot of work. It was a lot of reading and a lot of editing and stuff like that. It was probably the hardest video I did because I didn't half-ass it. I actually edited it and read it as professionally as I could for those that weren't English weren't their first language. I speak at a certain pace so they understood and it was slow enough and things like that. From feedback from the comments and stuff, tweaking it over the years. But yeah, after I got one out, it was worth it because I was helping the community and I knew, what it was meaning to people in the community to help them in that way and get the information out. But yeah, I don't miss it because it was a lot of work. But yeah, I have thought about doing the reports on when they do the devlogs, but they don't do the devlogs very often these days even. So
you could do expansion mod status reports.
Yeah. Because did we have that devlog where Somrak was going to talk about the mouse? We did have that one, didn't we?
I'm not sure.
There was an announcement about it, and
tight to his chest of late, isn't he?
Yeah, I think they're just extremely busy, and the mouse has been kind of put to the side a bit, maybe, because obviously, like you say, Skeleton Crew is, and obviously we have our thoughts on it. I think the team, personally, in my opinion, they're working on Infusion for Armour 4 to get it smooth, because you need vehicles in that, and then they're going to work on getting that into DayZ later down the line once it's sorted for Armour 3. Armour 4, their next big hitter. So obviously, there's no official word on that. That's just my take on it, but.
No,
when am I ever wrong?
You know, 100% agree with you, mate. My theory is that they said no choppers in DayZ, and then one day we're going to wake up with an update, and there'll be choppers in DayZ, because this will be after Armour 4 is released, because they won't release Armour 4 without choppers. And no. I know Yakub said last week, what was it, Brim, the worst thing you could say about development or something, when I said it shouldn't be too hard. And he kind of laughed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He had a bit of a giggle, didn't he? And say that's sort of like the worst thing you can say is, surely it's not that difficult.
But it's still...
words to that effect.
It still seems logical to me that if they can get choppers working on Infusion for Armour 4, then it shouldn't be... I know if you're watching this, you're probably cringing right now, but it shouldn't be too hard. And Septic, you're more technically minded. Do you agree with that philosophy, that idea?
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard, but there's a lot of other things to take into consideration, like the engine rebuild and things like that. I know they've said to make it simpler. They were going in with the what was it, in Enforce script and things like that, which was supposed to speed things up. But obviously, we've not really seen it sped up, so not drastically anyway compared to development before, which we had massive gaps through. But we also had short gaps, monthly updates and things before in the past. So it's really hard to say, what's going on, especially with the coronavirus and things at the moment. It's really difficult. Again, they might be focusing on other more important, deep inset things with DayZ.
Yep.
Before the vehicles and stuff. Maybe they see that as not that important, while there are underlying issues. So the Skeleton Crew team, as we know it, is working on that. Well, like I've said, the bigger bulk of Bohemia working on Infusion stuff. Conspiracy, as our conspiracy, I suppose.
Yeah.
Are going to do the big bulk for Armour 4 and DayZ down the road. So it's hopefully it all pans out and worth the wait. So that's something to look forward to anyway.
Awesome. Well, we shall see where they go with that. But we'll move on to the first topic. And Brim, you posted this, so I'll let you bring it up, and then obviously we'll have to turn it over to Val to explain what it's all about. The poetry book.
Which one was that? Right, yeah. No, I noticed that Mike put up on Twitter that he was releasing a poetry book, and I figured we'd, it's a perfect opportunity to include it in the podcast, get a few more eyes and ears on it, so to speak. So. Yeah, there's very little that I can really say about it. Like I say, all I saw was that Mike's branching out, so to speak, and done something pretty damn cool, if you ask me. So I think, like you say, our best bet's to pass it over to Mike and let him do a bit of shameless self-promotion.
Fucking hell, I'm really bad at self-promotion. Basically, I think it all goes down to, I think when I was around 10 or 11, I lost my dad. And the hospice that looked after him are really well known, and I've got really good memories of the hospice in a sort of a strange thing to say, really. So yeah, I've been writing for 10, 15 years or so, and I thought now was the perfect time to just release something if I could. I said 50% of our money will go to them, but in reality, I'll probably donate all of it. I think I kind of put that caveat there on the kind of in the situation if I somehow sold 100,000 copies and I was totally skint, but yeah, I think it'll all be going to Dove House because it's a good local cause to me, and really quite a personal one, really. So hell, why not?
Good on you, mate. That's a nice thing to do. So what sort of poetry's in the book?
It's quite a kind of a mixture, really. I kind of wanted to make it like a journey. Like it starts off quite heavy in some ways, and it kind of looks into those feelings and those kind of negative feelings in some ways that people feel. But I kind of wanted to kind of reflect, kind of fighting back against that and some sort of rebirth or redemption, I suppose. That's all it is. It's something that I've been working on for a while, and we usually do a work event every year to raise money for this charity. So yeah, because we couldn't do it this year because of coronavirus, I thought that just do it now, release this. So yeah, available worldwide. So obviously, if anybody wants to buy a copy, you know how to do it. It's on my Twitter. So
awesome. Well, we've shared the link in the chat, and I'll put a link to it in the podcast video when I release it. I'm going to try to be better about that. I've dumped 3 episodes on everyone this week, but more on that later. The next topic, Septic. What do you know about Dead Matter, mate?
I don't know too much. I've been keeping an eye on it from a distance. Super hyped from it, from what I've seen. The animations, the visuals look good. Unreal Engine 4, from what I understood, it was a pretty small team from start, but yes. I think they've grown since. So yeah, it looks like they got some really talented folks over there. Animations look really solid. I'm a sucker for good animations, good sound design, more so than visuals, in fact. So visuals don't always make a game. I always prefer the audios to and animations, really nice animations to everything else. And if it can nail those and the atmosphere, you know, it's going to pull me in. I'm going to hit it as soon as it's out. I know it was delayed, wasn't it? It was supposed to come out this month.
It's been delayed a few times.
Yeah, so but I've fell way behind on the devlogs for it. I need to keep up on them. That's another game I was thinking of covering myself on the devlogs and trying to keep up on it. So when I do hit it, you know, it's there on the channel. But being similar to DayZ and things, I don't think it would do too bad on the channel. But again, it's yeah, I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be enough, you know, different enough to keep us playing something that we love, but really enjoy it because it's going to be fresh. I think they're taking a slightly different approach to the matter. Because if I remember rightly, it's not going to be quite as big open world as like DayZ. It's going to be more of a zone type thing, unless I'm wrong.
So what it is the map. They were bragging for a bit there. Apparently, there's been one of the guys in the team has had a few snipes at DayZ, but yeah, it's kind of when you're the king, everyone below you is going to always take shots at you.
Yes.
But they were bragging about their map was going to be bigger. But what they've had to do, because as we all know, playing on Chernarus and seeing what it's like, having a big open world map is not an easy fucking thing to do, even with the way computing and all that is now. So they've actually created, it's going to be 2 maps, and there's going to be like a loading screen between the city of Calgary, I think it is going to be its own map, and then the rest of the area is going to be another map. So whenever you go into the city of Calgary, you'll have a loading screen, and there'll be certain places you can go to go in there. And they said, I've asked a couple of times whether they've got stuff to handle, people's spawn camping or whatever you call it, gate camping, those areas where people have to go to cross over. And I wondered how it's going to work when it comes to vehicles and so on. And but it is interesting. But that said, Dewan had a very critical statement of it. I'm interested. I bought some, because I'm a fucking idiot, I bought 2 copies of it, which just means I'm going to give away some codes probably in the podcast once they release them to me and that. And maybe even one of the Gucci editions. I don't know. I'll see how generous I'm feeling. But it does look interesting. Some of the concepts in it look fantastic. I'm not so sure about the AI factions that you can interact with and gain a relationship with. And I think people have got to stop saying this is going to be a DayZ killer. It's not going to be a DayZ killer. It's going to be...
Yeah, when they say that, they set expectations way too high, and then it fails.
Yes. I like what we're looking at on the screen there. I like the lock picking, hot wiring of cars with certain tools, and
looks good.
One of the things I like as well is there's a progression of the deterioration of the world. You initially spawn in, I think it's set at 2 weeks after the outbreak of the virus. And then as time progresses, there's still power running, then power will go. But you can re-implement power if you take control of the power plant, and you can take control and claim a petrol station, and it's basically going to have that claiming territory, and then people could raid it and try and steal your territory. And if you have the petrol station, then people have to deal with you, or it makes you more of a target to be raided. So their whole premise is working on not like the mod expansion for building bases, but fortifying existing structures, which is something I really like.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Yeah, like you say with the AI stuff, I'm not 100% sure on that myself. It's I'd rather keep that kind of stuff player orientated, if possible. Bartering with other players, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but very interesting though. I do like the idea with the power and things like that and progression.
What about you, Brim? Have you been following it?
I haven't. No, I mean I've seen bits and bobs here or there, but I haven't been sort of religiously keeping an eye on it. But it looks like it's going to be a really interesting game if they can launch it right and get the core features up to par, so to speak. In the early days, then I think they're going to be really successful with it, because just seeing what you've got there with that dead matter video, like it's showing that it's going to be very, very interesting. Like the way that Matey's snapping together bits of fences and stuff, and with like you say, with spawning in and then the deterioration and having to get the power back on and perhaps take over a fuel station and things like that. It adds a whole nother side to the survival genre to it, and I think it will be really good. But like I agree with what Septic said. If you've got people saying this is going to be the DayZ killer and things like that, you are gonna set it up to fail. You get a similar thing with the pro wrestling industry. As soon as a new company comes along and say, everyone's going to watch this and not WWE, or WWE's in trouble and blah blah blah, and you end up setting up something to, like you say, setting it up to fail, and it doesn't. There's no way any game is going to be able to live up to the expectations of what we've all got for DayZ. So you've got to be really careful with it. But from what I can see there, they seem to have done a really good job of it so far. So it'll be nice to see how polished it is when it comes out.
The channel that I posted the link to, Atomic Duck, he's a very good source for information on it. If you are wanting to, I believe he's got an arrangement with the developers of the game. And the other one is, I'm trying to remember his name. I'm old. That's my excuse for not remembering.
I'm saying nothing.
Pretty sure.
To be fair, I've seen Atomic Duck stuff before. He's done a few different videos on games that are coming out and stuff over the years, and from what I can remember, he's always pretty decent with his analysis of videos and things. So it'd be quite interesting to see if he can keep up with it as well throughout the development of it, and when it finally launches, he'll suddenly get a pretty decent kick out of that.
This guy here as well, Pathfinder Plays. He does one that you might be able to take inspiration from, Septic, but he does a very interesting video on his channel where he goes into the Dead Matter Discord, and he finds questions that people have posted in there, and then the Dead Matter game random questions answered number 17 that you can see right here. And he basically just gives people, because not everyone follows the Discord, so he's reaching an audience. He's getting 5,000 views. That last video that we looked at from Atomic Duck had 4,000 views. So this guy's...
It's not too shabby at all.
Yeah, quite up to speed with what's happening with the game as well. Another good channel to subscribe to, Pathfinder Plays. And here you go, here's an example of what he does. What kind of weather can we expect? I know about fog and light rain. Is there thunderstorms, windier than usual days, natural disasters, hail? And then he posts the answer from the dev team, one of the dev members.
Yeah, I think he's got
about it.
Yeah, he's got a real good idea there with that, I think.
Yeah. And, maybe that might be one for you, because you are kind of an authority in the DayZ community for many of us. With your status report videos, you got a certain level of acclaim from people for that, deservedly. I think there's another great idea. I'm shit at doing these things myself, but I'm great at giving people ideas on what to do.
That's it. I did contact one of the devs actually I'm doing an interview with them direct, but I forgot to follow through. They did say we'll look into it, but I didn't actually follow through with it. So I'll have to get back on that and see if I can get an interview with them and see what they have to say. See if we can get some info out of them.
Don't you be stealing my...
Oh, sorry, mate. I'm stepping on your toes, though. Right, go copy Pathfinder, but don't you copy me. Oh god.
I'm laughing. That's good. That's fucking good. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Dead Matter. Will it replace DayZ for me? I don't think so. I genuinely do worry about the AI factions.
I mean, look at Scum. Scum was the same kind of boat, wasn't it?
Yep.
It looked good. It looked good. It looked in depth. Like the stat system that they had looked like way over the top. Was touted again as a DayZ killer. It's dead. Like player base is like 1k in 24 hours or something, whereas DayZ's up in the high 20s again now.
Which is sad. But the worst part for me, I remember, I'm not going to name names, but I remember some of the people who were spouting off about how great Scum was going to be were people who'd become jaded with DayZ. Now, there's nothing wrong with being jaded about DayZ, but to become spiteful about it, and that's what even worries me with some of the videos I've watched about Dead Matter. They're people who are jaded with DayZ, that DayZ didn't live up to their expectations of what they wanted.
Which it's understandable, but there's no need to attack other people, the devs especially, not personal attacks, and other people that enjoy the game. If they enjoy the game, let them enjoy the game. We don't go around attacking their game.
No,
we don't attack Scum because they liked Scum. We all gave it a fair shout, and
died. I enjoyed the bit I played of it.
Yeah, I mean, I had a server for Scum, and then it just dropped off the face of the planet, and I was like, oh well, that didn't last long.
Because it was, and I still say to this day, DayZ needs to steal fucking Scum's crafting system. Scum's crafting system was fucking next level brilliant. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. They went a bit too full retard with the health system. But kudos to them for trying something different. But the thing that killed it for me was that horrible third-person camera. Again, I give them kudos for trying something different, but it didn't work. And it looked embarrassing watching people. Like I remember watching Shroud play it, and he scoped in on someone, and this guy just kept them popping in and out of frame because it didn't work smoothly. It didn't work beautifully. It just looked bad. And
I remember that. I because I was playing with it and trying to analyze it, and it was just so bad. I couldn't see anybody I was trying. We had friends going over a hill or something and out peripheral and things like that, and it was so glitchy, it seemed, and pop in and pop out suddenly. It felt like hacks, but built into the game. It was really weird.
It to me, it was reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
If you don't like third person, play first person. It's as simple as that. They tried something, and I give them credit for it, but sadly, it backfired, and it made the game. It annoyed me. It really annoyed me, and it was like I'm not enjoying playing it, so I'm not going to play it anymore. I love this inventory system in the vehicles that we're looking at on the screen.
Yeah. I do really like that.
I think it's a very clever idea, being able to visually see the items in the back of your vehicle. I'm not so sure about the gas bottle standing, but
Yeah.
yeah,
That looks a little bit risky, doesn't it?
yeah. But no, they've got. I'm really excited to see what they can come up with Dead Matter, and I hope it delivers. And I actually take my hat off to them as well for delaying the release and not bowing to. I know it's gained in some haters. There's a bit of a meme going around about Dead Matter will never be released. Well, that's just haters being haters. But wait and take your time and give us something that's a good alternative to DayZ. Not a DayZ killer.
I think if you look at the most recent update, which I think was this morning, they said that the recent delay has been down to legal issues, not
Really?
anything. Yeah, not anything with the game. They said they wouldn't go into it, but they did like an FAQ, and basically what they said was that they've been having a legal dispute for the past few months, I think, which is part of the reason why it's been pushed back.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
Do we know who the development team is? Like what their company is?
It's an indie developer.
Off the top of your head, is it?
Yeah.
I was going to say, the only reason I mentioned is because just looking at the video you've got up there, the way the lock picking works is very similar to Dying Light, in the way that you actually lock pick. So I wondered if it is Techland or if it's a different company that's making it.
Very similar to Skyrim too.
Yeah, I've never played Skyrim, so I wouldn't know, but I've played a, quite frankly, unhealthy and probably a little bit daft amount of Dying Light over the years. And
Me too.
It's a good game.
Phenomenal game. And they're another one that they've had to delay the release of their second game because it just wasn't ready. Like they were going to release it, I think, in the first quarter of this year, but it just wasn't up to standard for what they wanted. And then obviously the whole Corona thing kicked off, so that's obviously caused more problems and setback. But I think we're at that point now where we're actually almost spoilt for choice when it comes to decent sort of zombie / survival type games. I think it's almost like a weird adage to go for, but it's almost like the future's a bit bright in this sector at the moment.
Right here on the screen, I just paused it on something that's a winner for me. Drinking a can that doesn't fucking blind you. One of my bugs with DayZ is every time you take a drink, you just can't see fucking
Pour it in your eye.
Yeah, you pour it there, right there. That's realism, folks. That's fucking won me over right there. That's realism. They're actually getting it in the right hole.
Wait, no. You guys don't pour your cans of soda in your eyeballs?
No.
Is that not how they're supposed to be drank?
But no, I'm excited to see what they come up with. I'll definitely be playing it. I had a copy of Deadside gifted to me, and I feel bad, but Deadside just didn't appeal to me. But again, it was almost. I hope the Dead Matter team back off. It was I won't say who told me, but yeah, they showed me some of the tweets that they'd made in the past. I hope Dead Matter back off and stop trying to compete with DayZ and just release the game on its own merits, so that people can appreciate it and they don't initiate that tribalism that everyone has about their favourite games.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think trying to make a valid alternative as opposed to a replacement is going to be the best way to go. You're never going to take down the king, so to speak. But there's no issue in having a little bit of something for everyone. It kind of goes back to that sort of pro wrestling thing, and I know there's probably not a lot of people that are going to kind of understand what I'm about to say, but with the introduction of wrestling company AEW, everyone's sort of like, right, they're going to take down WWE. Everyone's going to come across, but that's not what they're trying to do. And I think that's the way Dead Matter need to go. Don't try to be the thing that takes over that spot. Be an alternative that's next to it.
Yep.
Because prior to that company existing, there wasn't a lot of options out there for really good pro wrestling. Whereas now there's another company with some phenomenal talents, and now we're spoilt for choice in that industry. So if Dead Matter can take that and don't not compete with them directly, but try and just offer an alternative of, look, you can play DayZ as well, But if you fancy not playing DayZ that day, feel free to come on over to us. We offer these features and this way of doing things. Then I think they're onto a winner. Just give everyone a bit of choice, and play nicely, and it, you can't really fail in that regard. Then
look at what people aren't happy with DayZ, and there's nothing wrong with not liking DayZ. There's obviously a market out there for a different type of survival game, and who knows, Dead Matter may be onto a winner with tapping into those people who don't like what DayZ is. And good luck to them. Best of fucking luck to them. And I'll definitely be, like it seems like the rest of yous are, following it very closely and trying it out myself like I did Scum. I'm still kind of sad at Scum. But the other thing that annoyed me with Scum was the spawns. Didn't like the spawns.
Yeah, I put next to no hours into that game. I bought it on sale for like a tenner, played it for maybe one day, and then I uninstalled it. And bearing in mind, this was like over a year ago, but it's just too much. It's just, there's not, like you say, the third person camera's crap. I'm not a massive fan of the looking at all the stats and trying to make sure your sodium levels are right and compared to other levels and things. But maybe it's just the childish twat in me, but I just loved the fact that you can stop and have a piss and a shit. And they have built-in animations for physically wiping your own arse with your own hands.
But the worst part was, and he would sniff it. He'd wipe his ass in his hand, and then he'd sniff it, and you're like, what the fuck, man?
That always happened when I was in PvP, though. He decided to take a shit.
Yes.
I'm being killed while I'm taking a shit.
Yeah, I got...
the level of disrespect.
I got that pack where you could shit out certain items, and it happened just randomly, and I died to a fucking one of the mech things, trying to run across the airfield, and just stopped and, oh, you fucking kidding me.
Dropped around, gets shot in the head,
or a pistol, or
Oh god.
Jacob,
if they can implement that into DayZ, I'll be well happy.
Developing the game, a bunch of code. They've been quite open. I'll give them that. They've been quite open. They do little meetups and talks with people, and no, good luck to them. Good luck to them. Foxy shared a post of us. For those of you who know him, Cam Can't Run. Another guy I've done a spotlight interview on, tweeted out he's wanting to network with new people. So give him a follow on Twitter at Cam Can't Run. He's a really, really positive guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, a very, very good guy. And he's got one of those nice voices that you can just really chill listening to when he's just talking. And he's always positive. Always positive.
Yeah, he's a guy that I've not had a chance to have any level of interaction with whatsoever, apart from seeing that tweet. But I've heard quite a lot of people in the community say a lot of nice things about him. I don't think I've heard anybody say anything negative about him, which, let's be honest, in our community is pretty fucking rare nowadays. So, can't really go wrong. If everyone's saying he's decent, then you've got to go with the flow on that one.
He is. He's a good guy. You touched on it there, but did any of you get to watch the video I posted from Devin Nash?
Yes.
What did you think of it?
I don't know. See, I've got a very childish and probably negative and probably also ignorant view of guys like Devin Nash. I mean, he's probably an outlier because he actually backs up what he says with facts, statistics, and numbers. So credit to him. But yeah, I don't know what it is, but there's so many of these people similar to him, that call themselves sort of stream coaches or whatever else, who will make a YouTube video, make just remarks about, this works, this is how this is how that is, but not actually show it, and it's they almost kind of arrogant with it. But I think
I'll agree with that.
He's one that doesn't. Devin doesn't go arrogant. He doesn't say, right, this is what worked for me, this will work for you, this is what you should be doing. He actually backs it up with facts and statistics and numbers and says, look, this is what I'm saying, this is why, this is how I can prove it and show my work in. Take that and do with it what you will. So I give him credit. He's actually, he actually imparts knowledge with his videos rather than just chat at a camera
So
for 20 minutes. And...
I must have missed this. Sorry, but is this like how to grow your channel and things like that?
He does do videos like that. And Marx has just said in there, I have to be honest, I can't stand Devin Nash at all. He can be a bit prickly, personality-wise, but there's no doubting he knows his shit when it comes to the esports and gaming and all the rest of it. And the video I shared wasn't so much about Devin Nash so much, but about he's been talking about now, for those of you who are aware, there's been the Smash Brothers community is a good example of it. There's been a lot of almost like Me Too style exposures of people, and it's becoming a very toxic community. And it's not just the Smash Brothers, but you look at the Fortnite community, the way some of those guys are behaving, and we've been talking about it. I don't know whether you've caught the previous episodes of the podcast, Septic, but we've been talking about how toxicity is creeping into the DayZ content creator community as well.
Yeah, I have noticed it.
Yeah, this constant. The main way that we're noticing it is this exposing of people who aren't organic content creators, and it's sad to see. But not only is it sad to see, what Devin Nash talked about in his video is it it's affecting the potential for sponsors for some of these people. When these sponsors are looking at the DayZ content creator community, and not just the DayZ content creator community, but content creators in general, and they're seeing this level of unprofessionalism, this spiteful, almost schoolyard bullying and all the rest of it of other people, who is honestly going to want to put their fucking money behind sponsoring Septic Falcon's next video when they've got to worry about you becoming embroiled in the next fucking Dr. Disrespect banning from Twitch or whatever. As a community, as content creators, and I'm guilty of this myself. I've been involved in, Septic, you probably know, I've been involved in some petty bullshit myself. 47-year-old man who still carries on like he's 7 years old at times. But
I may have scrolled through some threads on Twitter.
But it was a really interesting video because we're our own worst enemy in this. YouTube's unreliable, Twitch is unreliable, but getting yourself a good sponsor to support your channel, your videos or whatever is what a lot of people go for. And unless you're going to get fucking Raid Shadow Legends or fucking Raycon earbuds or what's that bloody men's grooming one that some people are doing now? Fucking Manscaped and shave your balls and shit like that. It's going to be very hard for people to get good high-tier sponsors if we keep on carrying on the way we fucking are. And it's sad to have seen it creep into the DayZ community recently.
It's a lot of negativity about certain people. I mean, like in regards to the content and whether it's like slightly scripted or whatever, as long as it's, it's made clear and it's just entertainment, I don't have a problem with it. And some people full on script them and act them out, and some people might just change a slight little bit in it after, post. But as long as it's made clear in it and people are enjoying it, there's no issue with that. If there's hacks in it, then yeah. Which again goes on to somebody banning me globally for apparently being best friends with a hacker and selling hacks, and I was witness doing it last year, so I was globally banned on Infostar, which again is something like that kind of thing, like you say, could ruin a reputation and possible potential sponsors and things. That wasn't me, of course. I had nothing to do with that, but apparently I was witness doing it, selling hacks. I've never heard of the guy. That's the first I've heard of it. And that we finally found out why I was banned yesterday, thanks to Smoking Bro. And that was the reason. And I'd like to see the proof, like the camera of them watching me selling hacks for DayZ. Like that would never happen. It's just pure bullshit. But that's just like it makes me wonder, like, was that out in like the open somewhere and maybe tried to ruin my reputation or something? I don't know.
I don't know you that well, Septic, but what I know of you, I would be fucking stunned. If you ever did something like that, I really would. You've never struck me as anyone with that inkling of dodginess about you, mate. No, I wouldn't believe
No,
that
I
for a second.
despise cheaters. Like the scum of the gaming world. I would have nothing to do with them. So
That's... Wow.
never have, never will.
No, that's... But yeah, it's... Yeah, everyone just seems to... And it comes down to, the competition. And one of the things he talked about in the video was it's very different when it comes to streaming than it is to YouTube. YouTube doesn't have the same issues so much because you can watch a video and then just go and watch another video, whereas streamers are competing for the viewers of the same game. So it's even more toxic there, although what we've witnessed in the DayZ community has been mostly video related, but it's... I wonder how long before it starts on the Twitch side of it as well, because it's just getting very, very scary.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a concern, and like you say, we do seem to be seeing the toxicity in that regard. Like you say, with people sort of so-called calling people out on Twitter and things, it does seem to be really starting to ramp up. But on a slightly more positive note, I have done something that I have been joking about for a while.
Your
and
scripted
I'm hoping
video?
No, not a scripted video. No, fuck that. Fella. That's like I've said before. That's far too much fucking hard work. I'll just do like some compilations of some kills or something every now and then. But
well, that is scripting. It is harder work than just natural gameplay. You just get natural gameplay. I mean, it takes longer to get some good gameplay, but you got to spend a lot of time with actors and get it just right, and it's not easy either way you look at it.
Oh, he's gotten out of his chair. This is serious.
It's definitely a ball ache. Well, I've been joking. It started out as a joke of me doing this for a while, and you have to excuse my shite handwriting. But days since last incident, quote unquote, and we're at 7 days currently because I started it at the end of last week's podcast. So,
okay, can you define what counts as an incident?
Well, see, that's why I've put the air quotes in it, because I figured that is up to interpretation at this point.
Is this days since my last incident or days since...
I would say since DayZ's last incident. So I would include, anything that we say that gets a bit of flack on the podcast, whether it be someone on Twitter calling someone else out for a video they've done, or just general bullshittery in that regard. But yeah, I've managed to find my old whiteboard from when I was in school, got some pens, and I thought that'll be a laugh. So I think every week I'll be updating that. We're currently at 7 days, because it's obviously been 7 days since the last podcast. So we'll see how high we can get that number before inevitably having to erase it and go back to 0 again.
I like it. And Jacob saying release the scripted video as is.
Yeah, you wouldn't want me to release it.
With the the attacking people for their content and things like that, just it's best not to worry about other people.
Exactly.
Just focus on your own content. If they are doing something dodgy, they'll get caught out later down the line, and it'll all fall apart for them. That's they're to blame. Don't get involved in it. There's a lot of that negativity in the world right now, and he said, she said, and whoever said. It's just
when someone makes a fuck up, there's no need to pile on and just fucking ram it home.
Yeah, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes.
Mm-hmm. We do. We all have, and yeah. Val, the BI donation.
Yeah, I think me and Brims spoke about this on the first podcast that I was on, actually. The item pack that Bohemia had released for Vigor. So it was cool to see the donation being passed across, and it's, I don't know what the translation to pounds or Aussie or American dollars is, but it seems like they raised quite a nice amount.
Yeah, it's 250,000.
Like as it was, we did speak about that when me and you did that podcast together. When because that was when you were off at your PUBG tournament, Boydie, and then I did the podcast with Mike. But yeah, I remember that. And in fact, Boydie, if you click on the link in that tweet at the bottom, the Bohemia.net blog link, they actually say in the blog that they wrote what the US dollar amount is that they made from So what the difference is and what they donated. So
$11,000.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah. So I mean, that's no chump change. So fair dues to him.
Good on.
It's quite cool from basically selling an item pack on a game that
that's not bad
isn't incredibly. I assume it's not incredibly popular. I've played Vigor on both Xbox and the Switch, but
yeah, it's not too bad. I don't think. I think the player base is pretty good. I know it's numbers I'd like to see, and I have asked for, but haven't been provided with for reasons. But yeah, it doesn't seem too bad. And from what I understand, they had over 1 million players at one point on Vigor, but yeah, I haven't been able to get official like numbers from the backstage kind of thing. But yeah, it's a good game. I think if it comes to PC ever in the future, it would explode because I think all the Tarkov guys would jump on that and be something else for them to play. In my opinion, though, it needs a first person only because I don't like third person that much. That kind of thing is just full of third person in round corners and things, which I'm not a fan of the best of times. So. Especially when it's that kind of game where you got to survive and get out with loot, and then you just get some guy third person around the corner at the exit. It's not fun.
Yeah, I've never gotten into EFT. The only person I can handle watching play it is Smoke, just because he's just such a fucking legend. That guy, probably one of the most humble PvP gods I've ever seen in my life. I'm used to him being smack talkers and all the rest of it, and he's just GG, goes on, carries on. Everyone else made a big deal of him killing fucking Shroud and whoever else it was that he killed at the Northeast Airfield or Northwest Airfield that time, and Smoke barely batted an eyelid about it. If it had been me and I'd killed fucking Shroud, mate, I'd be, oh, Jesus. Remember that time I shot those guys in the chopper? That story would just be gone. It'd be, I killed Shroud once.
I think I've killed a few of them guys, the big guys in tournaments I've took part in. It's felt pretty good.
Yeah. That's right, because you got to do the original Survivor games, didn't you? One of them.
Yeah, original Survivor games, with all the big boys. Killed quite a few of them. Yep. And I reckon we'd have won if it weren't for that DDoS. We'd have had it, I reckon, because we were on a proper roll. And back then, I'd say me and Minder, skill-wise, we were on top form right there.
Yeah.
Back then, that DDoS happened just at the wrong time, and we had massive lag. And the guy I shot didn't die, didn't take damage. I know I did, so it was really weird. But just GG'd it. And I did PUBG's first tournament, which is where I got my PUBG case from, and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. It was all sent as prizes. One thing PUBG do good is their prizes and their gifts and things to partners. Amazing, like mind blowing every time I see what they send out. It's just. And then the game, I don't know if you've seen the remaster yet, but it's Sanhok. I was really impressed yesterday when I streamed it. Really impressed.
I was actually watching someone play it Too Easily Amused, and I was half tempted to fire it up and give it another shot because it is a game, probably the only other game that I really enjoy playing, but I'm still not sure what to make of the bots. What do you think of them, Septic?
I gotta say I haven't noticeably fought a bot yet. I mean, I say that there was some really weird people hiding in corners that their reactions didn't seem quite right. So they could have been bots, maybe.
Yep.
But I'm not sure. I'll have to research the bots because usually bots are like really good reaction and aim, but stood out in the open kind of thing. They seem really stupid, but they can shoot you. They don't take cover generally, do they? And they're walking about in the open, but. I had fun with it last night. I didn't win any games because I've not played PUBG properly for a long time. I do a little update showcase on it when it does a big update, like I was doing last night. I'm going to make a video on it for the Sanhok remaster. But I'm not sure what I think of bots in Battle Royale. I mean, there's enough players. What is there, like? It was like 150 million or something last night, concurrent players on PUBG. Does it need bots? I don't know.
It does in OCE, like Jacob's just typed. The OCE region, Oceania, Australia, and that.
There you go. Yeah. For regions that haven't got that player base, then I suppose, definitely.
EU
bots.
is one of the killer regions, along with Asia, for PUBG. But it disappoints me.
1,000, not million. Sorry, 150,000. That would be good, wouldn't it? 150 million.
Young fella put me onto a channel, the Act Man. and he did a video on the failure of PUBG, and he was quite critical, but I had to agree with nearly everything the guy says in his video, that they had the most amazing fucking game that took the world by storm, had every man and his dog wanting to play it, and then they fucked it with some really bad decisions. Like, one of the things that's always bugged me, Val, is I remember Brendan Green saying that, he wanted to help bring up the next generation of Brendan Greens, the people who, would be able to mod the game and, hopefully be inspired and then be able to go on and be like him. And he never delivered on it. And that pissed me off, because, the guy freely admits that he made his success from Dean Hall's DayZ mod, and then he made his Battle Royale mods, and then he promised it, but he never delivered it. And it just seemed like it turned into a cash drive, as opposed to being genuinely something to give back to the community. I've got no problem with someone making a buck, but if you're going to promise something, fucking deliver on it.
Yeah, but I think we know from being fans of DayZ that just because they promised something years ago doesn't necessarily mean it'll get implemented. I agree though, actually. I think it would have been a great feature to have, and I think the player numbers have steadily been dropping off PUBG for the past year, even though it's still healthy. But and that could well have something to do with the popularity of other Battle Royale games. But I think at some point they will need to do something that freshens it up totally. And I think that kind of thing with modding could have been a thing that could revitalise the game when it gets to the point that it needs to, because player numbers now are still incredible. But if 1-2 years down the line,
maps.
Pardon?
Even if they allowed people to make some maps for the game or something.
Yeah, I think and I think even if it was just that, I think that would have added something fresh. But I think at present, it's it's not something that I think will happen anytime soon.
The one said in chat there, Brim, I blame the publisher and studio, not the creator. So do you think he's kind of to blame for partnering with the wrong company?
I think to a degree, yeah. I mean, I think we all know that there's a difference between the person that actually creates the game, or the company that creates the game, and then the company that releases it. Like you look at DayZ, for example, and everyone sort of says that Bohemia are one issue, and then the actual DayZ devs are a different sort of kettle of fish, although they're obviously part of Bohemia. I think it's very easy to sit and pick holes in what Brendan Green has done, but at the same time, I think at the end of the day, he's made a phenomenal game that a lot of people love, and I think he's obviously cocked up in places. He hasn't stuck to his guns, so to speak, and he hasn't delivered exactly what he's promised he was going to, but at the end of the day, if they're getting over 100,000 concurrent players in a night, then they're clearly still doing something right along the line. So
put it in perspective, what's that?
Yeah.
5 times the DayZ average player base. So
yeah,
at the minute 500,000 are playing, so it's not going too bad. Oh, that's just
there you go, let's see. Yeah, last night it was 150,000 when I was streaming it, so that's then 500,000 now. That's not bad numbers at all. It's been out for a long time.
I'll say so.
But yeah, like you say, it's I can play it on Ultra now, and it looks so good. Ultra. I've till my new PC, I was playing it on lowest settings. My God, it looks like dog. And new Ultra settings, it looks so nice. So it makes a nice change to be able to play it looking that good and get the real experience for it. But we'll never know what goes on behind. Will we like the publishers, the companies, the heads, what they got to say? There's something we'll never know really, the truth of who says what and who's following whose rules. Same with DayZ, same with Brendan, which he's really really nice guy though. Brendan, I've known him for a long time, of course. He used to watch my streams back in the day, and then approached me for one of the first people to play PUBG, so he gave me opportunities back then.
Yep.
It's like he did help people, even small people like me back then. Like Shroud was in there, and I was in there with Shroud back in the day, So he did think of the small guys in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, it's kind of like now he's gone on to better things, bigger things for himself. And there was a new survival game or something he was working on now. The last I heard, I've not seen anything for a while though for an update on that. But yeah, it's very interesting indeed to see where it is now compared to where it was then. I think he had a good vision and helped them make. I mean, he's put his name on it. The game's got his name on it, so it's
that's a big call.
It's a very big call and very important to him and see it.
Call it Dean.
I'd like to know. Yeah, that would have been a bit different, wouldn't it? It's would he be happy with how Player Unknown's Battlegrounds is now? With the microtransactions, is he good with that? Does he still make money for me? We never know all of these things. He could be happy because each time you buy a crate, he gets 5p of that or whatever. So 500,000 people buying crates, he's laughing. And if he's made his own development company now and working on a survival game, which was his dream, he started off as a modder for Armour with his own Battle Royale mod, and then went on to H1, which we saw how that went, and then took his name away from that, and then created Player Unknown's Battlegrounds with Bluehole, which exploded, and it's giving him massive opportunities. So you never know what's down the line for anybody. It's as much luck as anything else, and hard work of course is a big part of it. The more hard work and stuff you put in, the less that luck
I said,
is relevant. But
I don't begrudge anyone making $1 from something, but I do wonder why they went with I mentioned EA before. They get universally panned for how greedy they are. And Bluehole basically went, oh, EA's a good company, let's just imitate what they do. And the fucking loot crates and the have to pay to open fucking everything. It was just, wow, you were really just milking this cow for every fucking cent you could. And then
I got to admit, I don't like the keys with the crates. I don't like that stuff.
No.
But you get your crates, but then you get a load of crates that need keys, and then you got to spend like $250 each key to open a crate. And
I'll give it to them. At least it was only cosmetic; it wasn't a pay to win. But as Mark said, if it wasn't for PUBG, we probably wouldn't have games like Warzone and Fortnite and Apex.
That's it. No, we wouldn't.
And Fortnite.
And I love Warzone.
Couldn't give a shit about Fortnite.
No, I fuck Fortnite, but I love Warzone. That's my new go-to.
I'll agree with Septic on that one. Fortnite can fuck off at this point. When that game first came out, I didn't have a PC. I still had my Xbox, and me and my best mate Chops, we played Fortnite every single day for an unhealthy amount of time per day. The amount of time we wasted in that game, and now Warzone's come along, and Fortnite's obviously blown up to ridiculous levels. It's just. Warzone, I've recently managed to reinstall it. You didn't strike me
as a Fortnite player, mate.
Oh, honestly, I fucking loved it when it first came out. Yeah, when it first came out, I was on that constantly.
I may or may not have made videos on it when it first came out, but
I know.
I'm half tempted to go back just for shits and giggles, just to go back and sit and
how
make
do you
a video.
handle the building? It looks like fucking ADHD to me. Like I even say Warzone's a bit ADHD, but. The building and the fucking... How many cans of Red Bull do you have to drink before you watch a game or snort lines of Coke to have fucking super reflexes?
I've got some G Fuel, but I don't know if that's going to help.
My three oldest play it, and it does my head in.
Yeah, no, I don't know how people can do that building. On Xbox back in the day, I was decent. Like, for my own skill level, I would say, I'm not far from the best. But I couldn't even imagine at this point. I mean, I've been on PC for like 2 years now, and at this point, I couldn't imagine even trying to build in Fortnite.
No, and
I'd have to plug my controller in.
Like my 9-year-old Tegan, my 9-year-old daughter, she is so fast. Like I'd say she's as fast, if not faster, than the pros I've seen like Ninja at building. Like
kids are, mate.
And she's
I'm
9.
with Gobbo in chat. I've got no idea what Mark's just wrote. I can wall ramp and I can crank a 45. It sounds like you're talking about skateboarding.
If anything, I know from my daughter, Tegan, 45 is when you build at a 45-degree angle building up. And 90 is when you build at a 90. This is all from my daughter. Okay. Look at me, Dad. Look how fast I can build a 90. Look how fast I can do this 45, 90. And all right, I have no idea what you're on about, but it looks good. You're doing it fast. But she'll build these 90s all the way up. She'll modify it into a window, and instantly just snipe somebody. Just bam, and that's on a controller at 9 years old. And she's like, "What?" And I'm like, "Get out, get out."
Kids are fucking mental with it. Like kids, I don't know. Like I say, I like to think I'm relatively half decent with an Xbox controller in my hand in most games, but like kids are ridiculous. Like my 4-year-old godson plays on his dad's PlayStation, plays Fortnite with his cousins and stuff, and like just watching a 4-year-old run around on Fortnite, and he's just fucking dripping people, and he's proper. He's got like that proper gamer thing as well, where he sits there. He's got the controller in his hand. He's going, "Yeah, go on." He's like, "Yeah, have that, mate. Have that." And I'm like, "At 4."
Have you watched their hands at 4? Like my Logan, he's 4, and I've watched his hands, and he's so fast, all over the place, all over that controller, and he actually sniping on Fortnite, scoping in, sniping, one-shot headshots. I'm like, what the hell? When I was 4, I was eating mud in the back garden.
Yeah, exactly.
When Boydie was 4, he was out there rationing.
Yeah. Fucking hell, we really took that bloody topic off on a big spin, didn't we? We started off with Wobo returning and the BI donation, and we ended up there. Oof. But yeah, Wobo's returned. I was watching the stream before you guys jumped in. He's got 300 odd people in there watching him, which is fantastic to see. Have you had much to do with him, Septic?
Much to do with Wobo?
Yeah.
Yeah, we go way back. We used to do streams together, videos together. Used to give him a hand with things, and he used to give me a hand with things. Like if I couldn't find a certain thing back in the day before admin tools, if he had it, he'd pass it on to me for a showcase.
Yep.
And we'd do the same, vice versa. Now with admin tools, it's so much easier. Community online tools. But Jacob's in the chat there. So yeah, lifesaver. So I just go in and spawn stuff for the showcase in the new updates from experimental. Put it in the community online tools. Bam, there, showcase it. Don't have to spend hours looking for one item. So yeah, a lot easier. But yeah, we go way back, and I wouldn't mind getting back in with Wobo on some adventures and things. So, it's good for him to see that coming back and the people have missed him. It's nice to see. Mm-hmm. DayZ community is amazing.
I did like his tweet though. I can never repay this community for the help we have received, but I can try with what I love doing. From tomorrow, I'm back to creating content for DayZ, starting with a 12-hour stream because I'm rustier than a clown from a popular cartoon. Oh, Krusty the Clown. And you tweeted him, I tweeted him, so many people tweeted him. It was really good to see. The Wobo fundraiser is just one of those things that goes down to the mythology of
that was mind blowing.
Absolutely mind blowing. Fucking $30,000 US for someone who made pixel videos for us to watch, and he just became so beloved because of what he did.
I think we need.
He is a really nice guy. Though.
Sorry, Brim.
We need to see more of that. More of things with that situation, like Wobo getting all those donations for that, and things like you doing the
what are you hitting in that, Brim?
Moonshine and. Well, I think like you say, there's such a negative shite that goes on in the gaming community nowadays. I think we do need to see more positive stuff, more good stories.
Yeah, definitely.
More things where people are doing things, selflessly, not looking for anything in return, doing something nice for others. I think there's not enough of that in the world, and certainly not in the gaming community at the moment.
And this is the last night of the Moonshine's laptop fundraiser, which you just mentioned. We've raised 2,000 Aussie dollars, which will probably be about 1,900 after their fees get taken out. Probably about 1,950 maybe, which someone said is about 1,500, 14 to 1,500 US dollars. So we can buy our boy Moonshine a new laptop, which is... I actually said earlier in the stream, I said, the thing that I love the most about this fundraiser that I've done for him is that Moonshine is, you guys in the stream with me, Moonshine, he's always in here. I'm not sure if you know of him, Septic, but...
we may have crossed paths at one point.
I'm certain you would have, mate. He watches a lot of DayZ streamers, and he generally goes for the more serious people that he likes to watch as well. But I've gotten to know him really well over the last couple of years, and he used to always say to me, I've got to go and do my physio. And I was like, oh, he's probably got a bad back or something like that. But it was always, the same time every day, which was 12 o'clock my time. He'd say, we'd be running together in DayZ, and he'd say, you've got to go soon, boy, you've got to go do my physio. And I was like, geez, he's really religious with his fucking physio. And I finally said to him one day, so what's wrong with you? Tell me why you got to go do physio every day. And the story you told me, man, just broke my fucking heart, hey. Getting paralysed from the waist down when he was 16 or 14 because he went on a camp because he just lost his dad. And the reason he got paralysed from the waist down was a bloke cut him off on a snowboard when he was skiing, and he veered so he didn't crash into him, went off a bloody 20-foot embankment and landed in a fucking creek bed and snapped his spine and just...
Shit.
Yeah, it was like, holy fuckfire. And then I knew he'd been playing on an old gaming laptop, 10-year-old gaming laptop. He plays DayZ on. Didn't even have a mouse. He was playing DayZ Septic with the fucking trackpad on a mouse pad.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel for him.
I know. It was 14, sorry, when he did it. And I was like, fuck it. The worst that's going to happen is no one donates and I have to say sorry, mate, and refund people. And we set a $1,500 goal. And, tonight, not Sandal, one of the guys who was from a clan that Moonshine used to play in, they donated $258 to push us to the $2,000 mark. And I know one more guy's making a donation, but I figured I needed to stop the GoFundMe now, just so we could finalise it and start looking for...
have you stopped it now? The fundraiser?
No, it's still open. Tonight's the end of it after I finish the stream.
So if anybody else watching wants to donate, the more money, the better the laptop. So
yeah,
get on that link.
Absolutely fucking mind-blowing. And I pointed out to him that, we raised $30,000 for Wobo, and Wobo was massive. Our small little community of, my community, the podcast community, the DayZ Down Under community that Moonshine plays on as well, managed to raise $1,500 for someone who isn't a big name streamer or content creator. So you put that in perspective, amazing. That's pretty fucking impressive what people have done for this guy that they probably never heard his voice other than when he's on my stream.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's worse though, a broken spine or using a mouse pad, trackpads for DayZ. I don't know which one's worse.
Moonshine's watching at the moment. Moonshine, what's worse? Using a touchpad for playing DayZ or being paralysed from the waist down? And I reckon he's going to say using a touchpad to play DayZ.
I reckon, yeah.
I reckon he's going to say that. But yeah, he's such a genuinely nice guy as well. And like every year he does a cookout for Christmas for his local community, where they do that good old-fashioned American barbecue and invite people from the neighbourhood to come and eat for free, and they put on this massive feed and pork bellies and fucking briskets and all the rest of it. But yeah, no, he's a top bloke, and I can't thank everyone enough. So even now, someone's just gone and done a donation. I'm going to shame you. Mark Matthews, you just donated $50. Thank you so much, mate. Moonshine and I both appreciate that. That's a very generous thing to do, mate.
Thank you, Mark.
Even my son donated $50. Moonshine saying, I got the touchpad down. The mouse is going to be hard to learn. Yeah, but you'll never go back, mate. Trust me. Every single person here on this stream and watching cringed when they heard you say or heard me say that you played DayZ with a touchpad. But yeah, so I'm really happy and proud of everyone that has enabled us to do this for a guy. At least it's not a trackball gobbo saying.
To be fair though, credit to Moonshine. Like I've watched a bunch of your streams when you've been running with Moonshine, and to put into perspective the fact that he's using a fucking laptop trackpad, I have seen him fucking drop people on DayZ. He don't fuck about when it comes to dealing with the troubles of DayZ. So the fact that he can still play the way he plays with a trackpad's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I can't do that, and I've got a gaming mouse.
Thank you so much, Mark, or DayZ Daily Press. Moonshine was an OG 1SK god, D-Hop saying in chat. Even D-Hop shouted out the stream as well. He's one of the few people, sorry, not the stream, the charity fundraiser as well. He's one of the few people that did, and I can't thank you enough for that, D-Hop. D-Hop's a soon-to-be partnered Aussie DayZ streamer. I have no doubt he's going to be partnered in no time. I'm jumping the gun here, but he's my community spotlight for the week, is D-Hop and what he's been doing. Like saying we don't talk 1SK anymore. Brim, you posted up, we were talking about the expansion team before. Their new toy they've got for us all.
Yeah, I jumped onto Twitter, I think was it last night, and spotted that, well, it was last night my time anyway, spotted that they had put up a video on the official DayZ expansion Twitter account showing that they were going to have the little laser sights up and running, which would be really fucking cool, because I know they were already spawnable. You could add them to your trader config files and things, but they didn't work. So to now have that actually up and running, I don't think, I might be wrong, but I don't think we've ever had a mod that's actually introduced a working laser sight before. So, that's going to be a pretty decent little bit of kit.
D-Hop's just said a good point there, though. Shame a lot of servers won't run no crosshair. And I'm going to hijack the point here, but he's raised a very, very good point there. That it's and Septic, being an OG of the DayZ standalone community, I'll be very interested in your input on this, mate. But it kind of saddens me how many servers are going for easy DayZ. It is barely even like DayZ, what we remember from years ago. Everything is just a trader where you can, you get money credited to you every time you log on, and it's fuck me. It's just DayZ.
Yeah, I don't like traders.
If it's done well, I highly recommend checking out DayZ Down Under. They've actually gone from no traders to slowly implementing them, but you've got to grind to get money. You've got to really fucking grind to save up money.
It's got to keep that edginess, the adrenaline pumping. Could die and lose all this stuff I've collected the sell kind of thing. With it. Not saying I hate traders so much, but I don't like them on my server. I will not put traders on my server. My server's hardcore. Yeah. It's no crosshairs. You've got to actually aim the gun.
Yep.
So laser sights would be good. I think they have been in game before, but on Blue Waffle, because Blue Waffle always has all the good stuff first. But it'd be good to get it in expansion so everybody else can get a laser sight. I prefer the hardcore myself. I don't like third person, so hardcore's where I go. Our server, we have hardcore. We have mods, but it's more for variety. You can dress how you want with the different clothing. The military vest mixes new weapons and some extra custom vehicles. Like got a '69 Mustang on there now and a Land Rover. Just a bit of variety. But other than that, it's hardcore DayZ first person. You're getting your proper DayZ experience, but with the expansion trickles over the top to add the helicopters and things like that. We got toxic zones at North Tizzy and Kamensk and things like that for the hardcore end game stuff. But it's the base thing is the hardcore DayZ experience, which I love. But if I do like other servers. I do like going on a server if I fancy a bit of the trader action and making some trouble with bases that they've saved up stuff and just go and buy some C4 from a trader and then go blow some of his base up. It's always good. I'm poo at PvP lately though, so that ain't going to happen for a while.
Same, mate. I've been playing hardcore and friendly for a couple of years now, and it's coming back to bite me in the ass. I can't PvP to fucking save myself. I can get a few kills usually, but the only thing that saves me is I'm quite tactically minded. I lack the skills to back up the positions I get myself in.
I think I'm kind of the opposite. I got the skills, but no tactics whatsoever. I tend to just run in, and then I'm dead, and I'm like, "Oh, why did that happen? Because you ran in, mate. You didn't sneak and." Yeah.
Check out my boy Vigilante Gamer. His videos are still as relevant today as they were 2, 3, 4 years ago when he made them. Have you ever seen him, Septic?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I spoke to him.
Yeah, he was pretty huge back in the day. by Australian DayZ standards, but I know Brian Hicks had a massive love affair for him. He did the video that caused them to change it from, what was it, normal and hardcore, was what they called it back in the day.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
He did a video saying that the first person is not hardcore. If anything, third person is harder because it just turns into a camp battle and people third person cameraing.
Yeah.
First person is only harder because you've got to have the skills to back up your peeking.
Yeah, it's whoever raises that gun first and is, plays it more careful and has that quickest reaction and on point. Which, last night I thought, go on, Vowning, this new map. Smaller PvP, I was showing my skills. Forgetting that I've not played DayZ properly for a long time. Picked up a shotgun, guy hiding in his shed, peeked the corner, shotgun all around him, just recoil went right up in the air, a shot left side, right side, and above his head, and he just one-tapped me. I was like, fuck. It's like, I looked so bad. I was like, I'm sneaking around. I was really perfect sneaking, picking up guns. They were outside the tent, didn't hear me, picking up guns, loading the magazines, and they were running around. I'm going to have to use this. It's going to look good for the peeps, Make myself look proper pro. Nope, missed every shot when it come to it.
Yeah. That's kind of my problem. Like, I had a guy right at the end there. I did another noob thing because I just PvP so rarely. I didn't switch to auto on the MP7 I had. And I was peppering him with MP7 rounds, but just, not enough. And I fat finger and I panic when I get into the actual firefight. I'm great until the bullets start flying. And then my best laid plans go to shit.
That's it, and then that's again going back to the what DayZ does that the others don't. I've never had that adrenaline moment, a heart-pounding, tense feeling that DayZ gives you in any other survival game. I think PUBG's come close to it, but in a different way because of the battle royales. None of the other battle royales do it. Yeah, the final bit of the battle royale when you're coming to close to an end. Like a lot of the time in Warzone, I don't even realise we're close to a win, so it doesn't happen. But PUBG, I generally knew, and I'd get it.
DayZ Daily Press just wrote in chat. I had more kills with the sharpened stick than I had with an AR. Then Bohemia took the stick out of the game.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm like that. More kills with a shovel or a fucking, sledgehammer, knocking someone out and then killing them than I could, I can't aim to save my life. So,
but that's the beauty of DayZ, though. You don't need to be a PvP god to be able to enjoy the game.
No, that's it. Like, we just had fun last night. I just met some random people on Balota Airfield, and we were running around and trying to tase people on the modded server, and it was just random and fun. And then everybody slowly started dying. So, but yeah, it was good fun. Just make any kind of story you want with it, and it just becomes different, unique, enjoyable for everybody involved, watching, playing, and you just don't get that same feeling, whether it be adrenaline or the uniqueness of each journey. In any other game, so
did you have expansion mod on
especially your hardcore? But like I said, we're hardcore. We don't do any other third person stuff. It's no crosshair hardcore. Helicopters, mainly for the helicopters. We don't have player tags, so you won't walk up to somebody and see that they're Billy Bob. It'll be random still, just like hardcore. You don't know who it is unless they tell you their name. No kill feeds, no names popping up for joining the server, leaving the server. It's all looks like normal DayZ till you see a helicopter or a new piece of clothing or something like that. With the player base is smallish. It keeps growing, but then we've had issues with DayZ 108 and the expansion and mods, so it kind of like pulled the player base back a bit, where people have just like given up a bit. Yeah, so it's kind of like a struggle to build it back up, and then it drops off again with an update and something else breaks and stuff like that. So, but yeah, we've got a good player base on there anyway. Small still, but yeah, really nice guys. So it's fun on there. Yeah.
I might tell Spud from DayZ Down Under, because he's looking at implementing the expansion mod onto DayZ Down Under, which is a hardcore server here in Australia. So you might be able to share some ideas and spitball some ideas of him on things to do, because he's been checking out expansion mod himself, but he's worried that expansion mod doesn't really suit a hardcore server. So he's actually
it's customizable pretty deep. Like, it's modular. You can disable certain things that you wouldn't want, like I said.
How do you
by
do
default,
the choppers if you don't allow third person? Because I saw Spud was saying
you got to fly in first person. There's no, you just got to fly it first person, which is not easy. unless you're like pro at flying.
Yeah.
In armor.
The flying's easy. It's the landing that's the hard part.
Yeah, that's it. I can fly, but I can't land first person. I can't see what's behind me, and that's it. My tail rotor's just hit something, and that's it. I'm dead, and everybody around me is dead. But yeah, flying part's easy.
Jacob's saying wait a couple of days before implementing expansion mod if you haven't already added it. Just wait a day. So I'm guessing it's easier to something big coming.
Yeah, it's fix coming.
Nice. What else have we got? We talked about Wobo coming back. We talked about the new toy. Oh, yes. So we talked about it last week. Don't know whether you saw it, Septic, but a DayZ convention. Would you go if they held one?
Depends where it is.
I threw the idea of Prague.
If I could get there, then definitely. You know, I've been invited to the dev team when Brian was there. He invited me over. When Dean was there, he invited me over, and I could never get there because there was always a kid popping out. At the time, I never could get there.
It's because you're a fucking sexual Tyrannosaurus,
but yeah, if I could,
mate.
That's it. The sexual Tyrannosaurus. But if I could get there, I'd be there, like, in a heartbeat. You know, if money's not an issue getting there because it's quite cheap, but it's just, you know, family and things like that, and the wife needing my help a lot at the moment with the 4 kids now, so
fucking GoFundMe to get there from Australia, mate. Jesus fucking H Christ, that'll blow my left kidney.
It's only a hop and a skip over the old pond, and I'll be there. But it's it's just getting, you know, family wise, getting there, leaving the wife with the kids. But yeah, I'd love to do that. If it weren't for that, heartbeat, mate, I'd be there. Anytime I can get anywhere to see the DayZ devs and the community that turn up, I'm there, and more than happy to talk to everybody.
Jacob saying he'll need one as well. We'll have to get all you people who live in that neck of the woods to bloody do a charity fundraiser stream to get the Australian community to Prague. Otherwise, we'll be phoning it in.
Yeah, it's a fucking long walk for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but no, I would still love to see it. I think there's definitely a market for it. And I think it'd be a great way for DayZ to thank those who've hung around. Final topic before we go into the community spotlight. I wanted to throw this out there for anyone who's listening, anyone who's a fan of the show. I would really like to get someone who could do editing of the actual podcast. What I'm looking for is... and it will be a paid gig. We'll work out some sort of way to do it. I don't make fucking nothing from it, but I really want to promote the podcast and everything. Send me a DM on Twitter, on Twitch, in my Discord, whatever. Really want someone who's passionate about DayZ. But what I'm hoping is, like, we talk about different topics throughout the podcast. Someone who can upload or render the whole thing and, you know, make it look a bit flashier than the pleb effort that I put out. And then do some short clips of the different topics, you know, the hot topics from the night, and do them as separate videos. So for those of you who watch it, there's a podcast called The Painkiller Already. Woody's Gamer Tag, Kyle or FPS Russia, Taylor, used to have Wings of Redemption on it back in the day. But that's the format they do. They release the whole thing, and then they release short snippets of it for those who don't have, you know, what are we, an hour and a half into it? Usually always goes an hour and a half, 2 hours to podcast. So those who just want to see the main story. But yeah, so if you're interested in doing that, please reach out to me. We'll work out some sort of way to make sure you're compensated. And yeah, would really, really love to make the podcast look a bit more professional on YouTube. Sadly, with my dial, with my ugly dial and Brim, we're never going to be that professional, are we, buddy?
Nah, not a chance. We'll just start as you mean to go on and fucking phone it in until the end of time.
They can like CGI a photo in of me if they want, like create an animated model of me, like Brad Pitt or something, just to drag it up. We'll have Jakob's face on. That's fine. I can be him.
Mark's is saying it goes for 4 hours. He's saying, Mark, are you in Brisbane? Are you? Because I'm in Ipswich, mate. We'll have to try and have a DayZ community meet up in the Brisbane area, mate. Hopefully, if these bloody Victorians and New South Welshmen don't spread COVID up here, But yeah. Now we are on to the community spotlight. The first one was that mod that I posted, the link to. The sunglasses that work like real sunglasses. Hallelujah.
I don't think I spotted that one.
Yeah, that's really nice. DayX mod team. Really nice stuff.
Brilliant fucking mod. I'll turn that off in case that's bloody... I think it's a Stranger Things theme. But the glare from the sun, I get it. But fuck, it's annoying that you can't put sunglasses on and reduce it. And it even changes the colour of the world around you. That is phenomenal. That is a mod that, every server should look at putting on there.
Yeah, definitely.
Brilliant mod.
That's fucking cool.
To be honest, that's why I die so much, the sun. So those glasses...
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fucking oath, damn sun. I blame you, Sumrak. That's why I'm shit at PvP. But no, that was just a brilliant little mod. And the more servers that know about it, I don't think there'd be a single person who would say, no, that's a mod we don't need to have. Brim, you shared a Unicorn Queen. Now, I don't follow the D-Live community on DayZ at all.
No, so it's a bit of a selfish one for me sharing this one, really. But it's my friend Jem. She's been a member of my Discord community, the Grumpy Old Streamers, that I co-admin with the Hellfire show. She's been a member of that for years. She's a VIP in my streams. And she's recently managed to make it to Global Partner on DLive, which is essentially DLive's version of Twitch Partner for all intents and purposes. So, it's just more... more positive news of people making it. She's playing a lot of DayZ at the moment.
Yep.
I think she's one of the very few people on DLive who actually stream DayZ as well. She plays a lot of Overwatch and other various games, but she's been really ramping it up with DayZ streams and stuff recently. So it's just a way of sort of another positive thing. Someone doing some good stuff in the community, and regardless of the platform they're on, she's killing it. So definitely worth mentioning.
Definitely.
And I do know Hewenden. I know the Muttabuttasaurus as well, DayZ Daily Press. I think that'll impress you that I know of the Muttabuttasaurus. But yeah, I had a good mate who was from Hewenden, Dennis Mitchell. But on a more closer to all of us being Twitch people, Happy Bombs finally makes fucking partner.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I was so it seems like a lot of people in the DayZ community seem to be heading in a more positive direction like that. Like we had Amish said, was it last week? He made partner. Now Happy Bombs has done it too. I mean, it's brilliant, isn't it? Like I say, the more the merrier.
Happy Bombs has been around for a long time as well.
Yeah. But he's one of those quieter guys in the community as well, who just goes about his business, doesn't get involved in drama, and he gives back to the community. His True Colours event is fucking brilliant. And it's people like him who, I've said it again before, and I'm going to say it again. I sub to the guy. I don't watch him that often because of just the time zones and all the rest of it. But he helped me out when I was at my lowest of lows when my bird died on me. And he did a beautiful edit of the picture, something I could put on the little memorial I had made for him. So it's kind of selfish for me as well with Happy Bombs. But I will defend that guy to the fucking end of the days, and I am so happy for him to finally get partnered. He deserves it.
Yeah,
He's
definitely
a true gentleman.
Yeah, I think the good thing with him as well is that he's another one that, even though he's made sort of quote unquote made it, if you like, he still goes into smaller streams, people who have barely hit affiliate, and just sits and chats with people and gets involved in their communities. And he's not just one of these that goes, I've made it now, fuck the little guys, I'm at the top of my ivory tower, they can all pay rent and come in when I fancy it. He's actually going out there amongst everyone and being an active member of the community, and hasn't seemed to let any sort of success go to his head or anything, which I think is quite rare, in the gaming industry in general. Not just
definitely,
DayZ. So,
another one like that who's close to my heart is Lax Hawthorne. He was even in here in chat before. He's the same. He's been partnered for a while now, but he still remembers his roots, and he's just a genuinely nice guy. And another.
It's like when they actively, like I do myself, look for the smaller streamers to host and things when you finish. It's always something that I love seeing and I love doing myself, and just the reaction and stuff, and knowing that you've helped somebody, whether it's big or small. You could have a bad day yourself and only have like 10 viewers or something, but to somebody that's smaller or just starting out, that makes their day or their week. Especially if they know you. They're like, always, oh my god, like watched you for years kind of thing, and this is like amazing. It just, you've made somebody's day there, which again, it just adds to the feel good vibe everywhere. So it's if that comes across, or like how I mean it anyway. And yeah, like hanging in smaller streamers, cheat streams anyway, is I enjoy that better. You get more interaction and things like that. And I know some bigger streamers don't interact with chat and they don't have a laugh. They're like so deadpan and focused on what they're doing that chat doesn't even get considered most of the time. So it's I just like the atmosphere in a smaller streamer room, and
I think when you look at it as well, when you look at like you saying there about getting that better interaction, because they're smaller streamers, they're not. They can sit and read the chat.
Yeah.
When you go into someone like a Dr. Disrespect or a Tim the Tapman stream, a Ninja, people like that who are at the top of their game, they're looking at their chat, but it's once in a blue moon, and I think a lot of us, will watch a streamer or someone's stream because we like them, sort of almost regardless of the game to a degree. And like you say, when you go into a smaller person's stream, you get to sit there, you can have a chat. You can actually get that interaction. That's what people want. That's the whole point in streaming to a degree, in my opinion, at least. So I think it's fantastic that we can all have that opportunity.
Yeah, and with the smaller streamer as well, they'll check you out 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
Bigger streamers, they ain't give a shit who you are. They're like, oh, all right, another number on my badge, but you don't give a shit about you, kind of thing. You go in a small streamer, they're like, oh, I'll just give you a follow, thanks for that. Like really appreciative, and
you
just feel the love and
have a follow alert pop up.
Yeah, no, I have my follow alerts on mine, and I give shout outs to all followers. But yeah, most of the big guys, all they talk to is people who sub or donate, which I take everybody as the same level. Sub not sub, you're the same. And thank everybody just for being there. Yeah, it's all focused on money and. If I ever go like that, I've told many friends, if they ever see me do that and start ignoring normal, viewers, tell me to fucking stop it. Like, I don't want to go that way. If ever I get, that big, just give me a slap and say, wait, mate, you're turned into a knob.
Folks,
can't reel it back.
Give DayZ Daily Press a follow. Looks like he's going to start streaming on Twitch. He's one of the unfortunates from Mixer.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Welcome over to Twitch.
Gobbo saying, won't tell you, I'll hunt you down and smack the back of your head. I still shit myself when my alerts go off.
I hope Kirk will. Yeah, he's got to look after me. Got to look after each other. We're both getting old.
That's the point.
I get what Jacob's just said there as well. Well, if a big streamer has follow alerts on, then that would be entertaining, watching them thank a person every 30 seconds. But it's kind of...
Yeah, you totally get that with the bigger streamer, it's constant alerts and stuff. Like, with my follow alert, it's there, but I don't have it audible.
Yeah.
It's just hidden, like, really low profile in the bottom left, so you can see it, and I look over and thank, every now and then for all the followers. Sometimes it's so many followers, repeating all those names is, quite a big task, but I do have it there. It's just inaudible, which is kind of the best way to go when you get those numbers that it seems like every 30 seconds you got a follower. But yeah, I appreciate, make sure that everybody is appreciated. I say just being here is what makes my day, and knowing that you're having a good time. If you sub or you donate, that's just a bonus to me. You don't have to do it. I don't expect you to do it. But if you do, it means the world to me, and it allows us to upgrade certain things, buy a game to cover in the next stream or anything like that. It's just, that's the way I see it and always see it, and that for me makes me feel better doing what I do, and I have no guilt or anything like that. It's just I'm enjoying myself with people, and if they're happy to support me in any way, then that makes my day.
The ones I won't
whatever,
watch are those who won't acknowledge someone who donates or subscribes.
Oh,
I don't care how
no.
fucking big you get, and I don't care who you are. If you cannot say thank you to someone who spends fucking... Well, you saw how much it was for me earlier when I resubbed to Wobo, but it's $9 Australian to subscribe to someone now. And if someone cannot be bothered to say... to stop what they're doing for 5 seconds, or even at the end of, I understand if they're playing a high intensity game, but at the end of it, to turn around and then go, right, so what happened? Thank you. Then fuck you, I'm never watching you again.
Yeah. Yeah, a little update going along that lines as well, with where we were speaking last week about Shrooms coming back. Wasn't sure if he was going to be going on to DayZ at any point. He did actually stream yesterday and stream DayZ.
Oy.
And he had a similar thing as well, where he had, at one point, I think he had about 350 people in his chat. And he was running around like a headless chicken trying to learn DayZ again and all the different bits with expansion. And because he hadn't played it in so long, he couldn't remember, how to load a mag into a gun, how to load bullets, unpack the bullets, anything. So he was learning all that, and then he was getting the odd sub and donation and whatnot here or there. But sometimes he would miss a donation or a sub. But then within 5 minutes or less, he would stop and say, "Oh, I missed it. I remember missing a sub a minute ago. Who was it? Oh, it's thank you for the sub." And he would always go back. And like you say, I think that is the best way to do it. At the end of the day, you're trying to build a community. You're trying to have that positive impact. You can't do that if you're just ignoring people.
You've got to keep on top of it. Like, I've missed one or two maybe, but usually when I'm AFK, just getting a drink or something, I come back and everybody be like, "Oh, so and so donated." Like, "Oh shit," and I feel real bad. Like, even though I weren't there, I was just getting a drink. I feel really bad, and I have to go back and find out who it was, and then it does my head in because it's not on my stuff anymore. Chatbot didn't save who it did it, or something like that, or it's not updated yet. And I'm like, "Oh no, who was that? Whoever it was, thank you so much." But I can never think of the right words. I don't feel like I've said enough when I'm thanking somebody for a donation. It's just
I like
I feel awkward in a way.
I like Streamlabs OBS because it's got the mini feed. Because they also have a function which I was using, the end credits, which rolled up on the screen that showed everyone's name of that stream. It doesn't work so well on a Saturday night because I stopped the stream and restarted so I can switch the webcam over to Discord. But the mini feed is fantastic because it allows me to just scroll back and go, right, I started streaming then. Master Pooper, thank you for the follow. Coots, thank you for the follow. Moon Sock, thank you for the follow. And just thank everyone who did something during the stream. It's a good little way because, even, as small as I am, I sometimes do miss something, I'm old, I get forgetful. So, Moonshine saying, boy, he doesn't have to worry about that. His alerts scare the crap out of him.
Don't you? Your good friend Mobby. He's finally managed to get me as well.
Oh, he did.
I implemented the bit sound alerts last week. Implemented them in, and I hadn't fully tweaked the sound and the way things work exactly on it because it was such a new thing to me.
Have you seen it, Moonshine? Have you seen it, Septic? The sound alerts?
No.
This is it's a really cool thing. It's a great way to have fun with your stream. Now, the thing with me is people I've worked out now watch for a couple of reasons. One is to see me eventually have a heart attack on stream from scaring the fuck out of me, and the other one is the hopes that Vigilante Gamer is going to make a return on my channel. So the majority of them are here just to scare the living shit out of me. Now, if you open up, have you got my stream open on a monitor?
Yeah. I've got your stream up here.
Yep. So down underneath in one of the panels is this panel called the panels. Panel called? Forgot to mute it. Called Sound Alerts. Now, with the donations, you can't stop something popping up in chat. Something will pop up, so my eyes instinctively switch over there when I see something change. And even I've got a loyalty program called Boomer Bucks, which if people watch, they don't have to donate money. I think someone just might have done one. They did a door open. But I've gone and recorded a whole Dan Animated just did, sound alerts is being played by Dan Animated. But I've gone and recorded sounds from the game, and I don't know whether you can hear this.
Oh, yeah.
Alerts are free for channel owners. So people can donate bits to scare the living fucking shit out of me. And there's
I heard that.
It's fun.
There's all sorts of sounds that, door close. There was I even searched the word DayZ, and there's this voice by someone called Cammy.
That's DayZ.
That's DayZ, which I like. I like that the way he says it. He's got a cool voice.
Yeah, Mobby got me with one on my stream the other week. Fucking running. Bearing in mind, I was playing Bandit that day as well. So I had a shovel in my hands and was just knocking the shit out of anyone I came across just for fun, because it's the exact opposite of how I normally play any other day. I'm running down towards Electro from Cherno, and just all of a sudden, because I had it set at 100% volume and have suddenly the Pornhub theme tune just came on in my ears at full volume.
Yep.
And I swear to God, my ass fell clean out of my jeans. I've never jumped so much in my life because I couldn't tell where it was coming from either. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I knew what the tune was, but I was like, "What is it? Where is it? Where is it? Oh fuck." Mobby, you prick. Thank you, but fuck's sake.
The developer of the app gets 20% of any bits donated. And again, like I said before, I've got no issue with someone making... He's developed a great app that enables the community to have a bit of fun with you. So kudos to him. He's probably making a mozza from it, and good luck to him.
And to be fair, 20%, that's fucking nothing, is it, really? When you consider, Twitch subscriptions and what have you, they take half...
Yeah,
and things like that. It's you can't say fairer than that. 20%'s that's a drop in the ocean when you think of it. Think about it.
It's worth
really.
looking at, Septic. If you put some in there, you can do either the classic scare alerts like I've got, or you could just do things that suit you and your audience.
Yeah, I think that's a better idea, because I had just exclamation commands for sound effects, and they kept getting pumped constantly. So I think putting them behind bits and make them a little bit rarer. To be coming on, because I just constantly get sound effects pumped through, and oh my god, when I'm in PvP getting like a 5, 10 second, 30 second sound clip. With? What do I stream with?
What OBS or Streamlabs OBS or
just normal OBS?
I'll bring it up, but I've really switched to Streamlabs OBS.
I was using Streamlabs chatbot, which has all the other functionalities.
Yep.
Of the Streamlabs OBS, so you do the sound effects through that, and then you tie it to a chat command. So exclamation hell no would be a sound effect for that, or rip, and in the chat could just type it in how many times they want. I put a limit on it of like a minute or something for each one, so it wouldn't spam. But yeah, it was always just done at inconvenient times a lot of times, like PvP, and then they'd play the longest sound effect I had while I was like in a PvP moment, which if I'm recording, that's video's no good now. Were
you doing the loyalty scheme where they earn points for the longer they watch and doing certain things throughout the stream?
Yeah, I didn't do any of that. But where I've reinstalled everything with this new PC, I'm going to go through everything on Streamlabs, and I'm going to set everything back up so there's goals, and do the bits properly, because I keep getting this chat saying, do this, do that, and Laurie in chat saying, do your bits or something, or your points system, the chat points. So there's different things you can do for that to unlock different extra emotes and things like that. I've not set any of that back up since reinstalling the PC, so I need to go through and set all of these new alerts up for for all these sound effects. But that extension looks interesting.
Which they can redeem the points they earn just by watching. If you just type / points in chat, it'll show you your boomer bucks, and so that they don't have to look at. Pardon me. I don't want it to be seen as I'm just milking money from people. You've got 2,000 boomer bucks there. Now, if I do redeem boo, I muted alerts. But I'll do it again.
But see, that's the one thing I've never been able to figure out with the cloud bot, is how to actually get the get it to play sounds that way using the bucks. So I've got the mini game set up, but I've never been able to figure out how to get it to actually play audio files.
You've got to go in and you just create a new item, sound effect, put in the name of whatever you want it to be. So we'll just say, we'll call it Septic. How much it's going to cost.
Well, see, that's
points.
why, because that sound effect never used to be there. When I set all mine up, that sound effect option was never there to tick. They never had that little tick box there.
And then you can change the quantity. Then you go next, and then you can pick a thumbnail image. I just use a emote, but if you wanted to load up something more specific for it, you could go, and then you just type in redeem, and then you just type in the word.
Well, I know what I'm doing after this podcast then. Fucking hell.
Yeah, okay, so yeah. And that's to do with the channel points there that you see at the bottom underneath the chat bar.
Not the ones that you get from Twitch.
This
Twitch is different.
Streamlabs only.
Streamlabs only.
Yeah.
And as long as CloudBot is in your stream, people, and you can go in there, like I can go in now and add points to all viewers. I'll give everyone 500 points, and at some stage soon they'll all get Q to 500 loyalty payout to everyone who's watching right now. So everyone just scored themselves 500 extra points just by being here watching now, which is enough to do a number of things. Like I even have this silly little wheel that I do in game as well, and I've turned it off at the moment because all money's going towards the Moonshine fundraiser, but they can win a DayZ t-shirt or a gift sub just by spending 750 points. So it's just a way to give back a little to the community that supports you. I'm a huge fan of Streamlabs OBS.
Yeah, I see. There's quite a lot of people I've noticed online as well that like very much like Streamlabs is the sort of the red-headed stepchild that no one wants to speak about. Like everyone's like, oh, OBS with Stream Elements, that's the best way to do things. I tried setting up OBS with Stream Elements and I gave up. I was like, fuck that. And I've just kept going with Streamlabs because it's such an easy to use bit of kit. Almost sounds like we're doing a fucking ad read for Streamlabs now, but yeah. it is such a great little tool. And the fact that like that little loyalty program thing, having like the gamble mini game and the heist mini game and things just adds a little extra fun for the people sitting in the chat there. So it's a good laugh.
It's Streamlabs OBS, Jacob Mango. So you've got OBS Studio, which is another streaming software. There's another one that people use. I can't remember the name of it. XSplit that some people use. And then there's Streamlabs OBS. Like they've even done this now, which I thought it's good for plebs like myself who are bad with YouTube. They've done YouTube thumbnails, how to make a simple, professional-looking thumbnail, and they've got a whole pile of different, templates that you can use. So they're really lifting their game. Good. They've got Twitch panels, customizing Twitch panels for your stream.
That's where I got all mine.
Yeah, they're making a good little one-stop shop for people to... Yeah,
it's definitely a nice addition, that.
It is. It really, really is.
It's clever as well. Some of the features that Streamlabs OBS has got and the way things work is just clever. Like I wouldn't... Maybe it's just because I'm an idiot, but I wouldn't have thought to add any of this type of stuff they've got in there if I was making one. Like I would never have thought to add in like the loyalty program and the mini games in your chat and things like that. Like it's just I don't think there's really any other software like it that's doing things like that where you can actively reward your viewers with various things and it not cost anybody a single penny. Like real money, like you can do it. It's all virtual.
I do believe this is some of the stuff I'm talking about is from the paid version of it.
Prime, Streamlabs Prime, yeah.
Streamlabs Prime.
Like the merch store, some of the items that you can set up for your merch store and stuff through Streamlabs is Prime only. But when you think about it, like, I mean, it worked out for me that it was, I think it was £120, which in US dollars was like $149 US payment. But when you think of it, like when you look at all the different overlays, like the stream overlays, some of them come with transitions and sounds, you know, custom webcam frames and things. A lot of them are done by Owned TV. You know, you can get that all in with as part of that Prime package. And if you were to go on to Owned TV and get a bunch of overlays, you're talking $20-30 per overlay, whereas you can get 120 odd for, you know, quid or whatever, and get access to loads of them. It's madness.
Yeah, it's one of those, again, you know, like I know I was very critical of Brendan Green before, but I don't begrudge anyone making $1, and I always like to make sure that I pay for the Prime version because I really like Streamlabs OBS and what it does, the different little things it has there, just to make it a bit easier for if a boomer like me can fucking make it work, then someone a lot smarter will probably work out things to do with Streamlabs OBS that I didn't even know is possible.
Yeah, it's so modular. You can change so many things. It's just such a handy bit of kit.
Yeah. Geez, we diverged again, didn't we? Fucking Asmondian. This guy is just god tier with his stuff that he releases. Where was he 5-6 years ago, Septic?
Oh yeah, that's going back a bit. Yeah.
He just imagine the sort of stuff he would have been posting about back then. But even this one, I didn't know about this. Make sure to check in every wrecked ARTA that you may find around. They have the best possible loot amongst all the wrecked vehicles.
Oh yeah, that's good. I didn't know that. That's a good tip.
So I'm going to be doing that now, going and checking them. I've never really paid attention.
Yeah, I've not heard from Asmodian in a long time. I know he used to be around a lot back in the day, in my chat even. So yeah, he must have doing really well for himself, has he? I'll have to
he's doing a lot.
Catch up. Yeah.
I think I saw him say something as well. I think he responded to someone in a Twitter feed for one of the pictures he put up, saying he's currently working on making a gallery, like an up-to-date gallery with all the most up-to-date info, and then he's gonna post it. So it'll be like a one-stop shop to find all of his. Yeah. Well, that's how I understood the tweet he put anyway.
And you know, it's going to be a one-stop shop. The thing I love about him the most, Brim, is that he's one of these true believers, as I call them, in DayZ. I don't think he makes a cent from this stuff. He just does it. I've reached out to him, and he sent me a Dropbox with every single one of them that he's had. And for a while there, I was using them as like my changing server screen or something like that. And as Jacob just said, Asmondi has been publishing on Reddit for 2 years. He's one of those quiet heroes of the DayZ community. He's the Twitter version of Wobo.
Essentially, yeah. I was going along the lines of his tweets as well. I saw him respond to someone. Someone tweeted him recently as well, saying, can I use one of your images for, I think it was a background for something or other. And I was wondering, like, yeah, mate, like you don't even need. And the guy said, can I use? I think it was something to use on his stream or a YouTube video. He said, of course, I'll credit you. And Asmoney was like, mate, feel free to use it as much as you like. Use them all. Use one, whatever you like. Don't even need to credit it, mate. Just feel free. And like that speaks to exactly the kind of person Asmondian is.
Yeah.
As I said,
and he makes some good stuff as well. That diagram there, just with the tents and all the info,
professional looking.
It's really nice. Yeah. It's like something the devs would make.
Asmondian, how much to do my thumbnails for me, mate? I've begged him to come on the show, but he's a very humble guy, and he said he won't because his English isn't good enough. So,
if he did YouTube videos with those pictures, he'd do really well. It looks so professional.
He has a YouTube
with all of his graphs and things.
He does have a YouTube
He does?
channel.
Does he do that with them, though?
No, sadly. I'll post his channel in here. All of his stuff is in Argentinian, for the most part. His last video was 5 months ago. He's just someone that I've subbed to just in case.
Yeah, his thumbnails ain't bad either.
Yeah.
Better than mine.
They go give him a sub just in case he's listening and he starts doing those sorts of videos. Because I'd love to see him do like animated versions of those graphics.
Even if he was to get someone to do like an English speaking voiceover, to say, look, this is the picture, here's the tents, here's what you can do. Like those videos would blow up on his channel especially within our community, because like you say, the pictures are fantastic. Make them into a decent little 30-second, minute-long video explaining a couple of bits and bobs within the picture. Absolutely phenomenal stuff.
Yeah. No, he's an absolute legend, Asmondian. He's just, we need more Asmondians in the DayZ community. He adds so much, and he's quite active on Twitter as well, and he's a genuinely nice guy. I would love to have our DayZ convention, because I'm certain he would turn up, and I'd love to meet the guy and just buy him a beer or whatever he wants and just be able to chat with him and meet him in person, because he just seems like such a nice person overall.
It is so nice to meet the like-minded people, though, like in the DayZ community. When you get places, whenever we've gone to EGX and we've all met, it's just such a good atmosphere.
I envy you,
like
bastards.
We had the whole like press room to ourselves pretty much, and there was fuck knows how many of us was in there, but it must have been 20 plus, 30 maybe. It was just full. And
name drop, who was
we
there?
We had Minder. There was loads. Like I can't even think. I think Joe was there.
Joito.
Yeah, Joito was there.
Is she short?
Short.
Short.
Yeah, she was shorter than me.
I've just got this image that she's like one of these 5'2" girls in my mind.
No, there was loads of people there, but I get the feeling like people were a bit nervous, because like Joe actually said to me she wanted to talk, but she was nervous. So just come and say hello. But it's great though. I don't know if I've got like a resting bitch face or something, but yeah, just come and say hello. I might just be tired. If you see me, I'm probably just tired. But I'll be alright. I don't bite.
To be fair, I think hardly anyone knows what you look like anyway. So unless you're wearing one of your own logo,
but that's what I did. Yeah, I did when I go there, because hardly anybody knows what I look like. So I have to wear my own merch or something so people see it's me. Some people that randomly, without dressing, knew it was me. And like, what? How do you know what I look like? It was a bit scary.
You did the Compass podcast.
Yeah, I did that. So maybe some people tuned in and saw me on there. I've tweeted pictures of me and stuff. And...
Yeah, you've never hidden it.
Yeah, no, I've never hidden it. I've been out there. I've streamed on webcam before. Then my webcam stopped working, so I need to get that sorted, figure out what it is, or buy another one. But
right. We are into the final part of the show, other than... someone said what the player stats are, so we don't need to do the DayZ chart. And the Twitter account, sadly, was a bit... this week, the DayZ Twitter account, so there was no real crackers for us to share this week, which is kind of sad after having Yakub on last week.
Can't say it kind of sucks to say, doesn't it? But it's kind of fallen by the wayside without Jakub at the helm. It'd be nice to see if he could, even if they literally just have him do only the Twitter side of things.
Yeah.
Have him do whatever else he has to do for other jobs.
Yep.
But just maybe even if it's once a week, he just goes onto the DayZ Twitter and just spends a Sunday afternoon lazy with his feet up, just responding to people.
How good
so
was
we can
it
all
though,
sit and
Septic?
laugh.
How good was it when he was on the Twitter account?
Yeah, it was ace. Like, that's the best I've seen the Twitter
Yes.
ever, I think. I don't think I've... Like, the comebacks he had for people shit-talking DayZ was just top-notch.
Did you watch
They just shut him up. There was no arguing. They just shut up. I didn't catch last week. I knew he was on, and I was meant to catch, but
Yeah.
I never ever. I'll have to go back and watch it.
It's definitely worth a watch. As Brim and Val both said afterwards, we both left, all three of us left that podcast on such a high. The energy that guy brings to the table was just so contagious, and he roasted me at the end, and Brim pissed himself laughing, and yeah, it was just such a good fucking guy to. Again, I can't wait. I hope they do have a convention, and I can get to meet him as well. So many people to have to catch up with. But now we're on to the community spotlight. We'll start with you, Val. Whose is yours?
I think mine this week is kind of influenced by last week's conversation about people kind of going through a difficult time and then changing. I kind of want to give a shout out to JLK, because I've been watching quite a few of his videos recently, and the few DayZ movies, in inverted commas, that he's been doing, and it's really top quality stuff. And I think after the shit that he got kind of a year or so ago, whenever that was, I think it's good to see that he's kind of bounced back and going from strength to strength every week. It seems he's just growing and growing. So really happy for him.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, to be fair. Like, because I know JLK came to me when that all happened, and he said, "What do you think about it?" And I said, "Look, everybody makes mistakes. As I always say, we all make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. You don't deserve getting attacked if it's something you didn't realise that it was that bad." And we just had a good old chat about it, and he's fucking exploded since.
Yeah,
just gone from that to this. It's just amazing turnaround. So yeah, I think big up to him and all the best to him. It's I got to agree with Val there.
I'm going to say something directly to one person right now. Milo, if you happen to watch this, listen to what these two guys are saying. You fucked up, son. We talked about it in the interview, but get dust off that fucking saddle, get back up on the horse, and start putting videos out. Some shit cunts are going to be shit cunts, and they're never going to forgive you for it, and that's their fucking right to never forgive you. And I actually, I send him messages, but I'm going to quickly just diverge off here just to show something. I want you guys to see this. YouTube Studio, comments. Every time I get one, it's probably easier if I go, I'm so fucking much of a boomer, aren't I? I just don't understand technology. Where is it? The spotlight on Milo, the average sniper. No idea what that one means. Milo, you are an amazing dude. I don't care if you messed up. Just keep in mind you are human and we all make mistakes. So everyone, not picking on you, making one is stupid. I want Milo back. No matter what Milo did, his videos are still entertaining and fun to watch. People make mistakes. I hope he keeps making videos legitimately. He's very skilled and a good guy. Milo, instead of saying that you did a rookie... yeah. But so many people have left comments saying they just want him to come back. Now, I said this last week. I'm going to say it again. He's scared to come back. He feels like he's the
no worry about it. It's just people need to calm the shit down and just let people get on. They're not perfect. They've probably made mistakes and they don't like it being judged for it. So don't judge other people. I've made some mistakes in my life. I've done things and said things that I regret massively, and luckily I've been okay. Like, this is real life, not online. I didn't really buy and sell hacks. That was a lie. But if I did do that, I would regret it and hope that people would support me. That I've changed. But honestly, it didn't happen. We have a laugh about it, but it didn't happen. So I always give other people the benefit of the doubt, give them chances and things like that. And if they really do get smashed for coming back, then there's something wrong with people, because it's not needed in the world right now. We need all the support and love we can get. There's a lot of depression at the moment, a lot of anxiety and things with what's going on in the real world. You don't need it online as well, and doing what you love. We need some love in the world more so.
Yes.
It's needed more than ever now. So
he does it again, and I know there's the argument that he got called out a couple of times, but it never really blew up until that last one. But if he does it again, then fair enough. But give the kid a chance. He's a fucking kid still. I know he's 19, and some people said he's
still young though.
Yes.
So you still know right from wrong at that age, but it's edginess at that age. Like when I was that age, I was a twat. You know, I'll be the first to admit it.
Yeah.
I'd go back and give myself a slap if I could. You know, it's we've all been there. We've all done that. So obviously, when we were that age, there weren't this kind of situation to be in. It was a totally different situation, but you know, you still did things that you feel bad for or shouldn't have done. Like, why did I do that? You know, why was I like that? Everybody's like it. I know people now that I've just purely playing DayZ with and seeing them through the community that when they were 14 and they started and now in their like early 20s or they're 19, 20, 21 that used to say to me, how did you put up with me? Because I was 14 when I started and I was annoying as fuck. But how did you deal with me? It's like, you're a kid. You do things, you say things you don't mean, and you know, you have opinions that are just weird, and we just let it fly. And you know, you've grown into who you are today, and you know, that's who it is. You know, you've grown up in a good place with us. You know, in the online family, and you just appreciate people and show the love and share the love and teach them the right ways online if that's all they've got. You know, some people that is all they've got, so you've got to really think about that. You know, not everybody has. You know, people in real life got their back. It's the online family that's got their back, and people forget about that, and when the attacks start flinging about, that's when stuff goes south very quick, and we don't want that. Enough of that happens.
So Milo,
need to think.
The keyboard, dust off the fucking Shadow Play or OBS, whatever you use to record with, mate. Get your ass into gear and drop another video. There's a lot of people who are still waiting to see your videos, mate. Septic, what was the community content or whatever of the last week that inspired you or really impressed you?
Oh, that is a good one. I've watched quite a few. I've been floating about. I've been watching a lot of popping in with Joe.
Yep.
All of them, really. A lot of smaller people, though. None of them are online at the minute, so I can't refresh my memory. But yeah, it's just watching the smaller people really, and just seeing them, you know, doing what they love. And well, Joito's not really small, but you know, the other smaller people that aren't on. You know, just seeing everybody and the love that they have and the passion. Like Jo, for instance, is a lot of love and care in her streams, and she's an amazing person. And just, you know, just soldiering on, whether she's playing DayZ or something else. You know, it's nice to see just all the love out there. And there's a positivity, you know. I'm always about the positivity. I hate the negative. That's why I stay away from, you know, the drama online or politics. I don't go for all that. Yeah, we see enough of it in real life, but when it's online, I'm on a stream or I'm on Twitter, I avoid it because I don't want to get into that stuff. I like to stay positive, keep people positive and on the right track, the right mindset. So watching other people that are like that, I love it. So it's Joe and I really wish people were on so I could remind myself who I've been watching, but nobody else is on. I see Joe's name, who I've been watching lately a lot. But yeah, I can't see any more. But yeah, I love watching people like that, like Joe. That's just really fun to watch, down to earth, and loving what they do and doing it for the fun and the crack, and you know, making people laugh. And you know, it's not all bad out there. That kind of thing. That's what motivates me.
I love just clicking on the category and just scrolling down and looking for someone who's got fuck all viewers and an interesting stream title, and just clicking in there and just lurking for a bit and just, you know, seeing what they're like. And if they're one of those who trash talks and all the rest of it, I quickly, you know, jump out of that channel and trying to find someone.
That's the thing. I've hosted people in the past and they've been a bit of a trash talk, and I'm like, oh shit, I've made a mistake there. But you don't know, like, you can't hang about and like, you're going to host somebody, you can't hang about for half an hour and make sure they're not a dick. So you host somebody like, hey, he looks all right, this 5 second I've seen, give them a host, and they're like, oh, this game's shit, fucking, and then they start bad mouthing other streamers. I'm like, no, what have I done?
Yeah, I love finding the ones who is in their title, I have no idea what I'm doing, please come help me, and then just sit in there and you just help them with, you know, just some of the basics and just chat with them, and they probably have no idea who you are, and you just, it's nice to just be able to mingle and just watch someone enjoy DayZ for the first time.
Yeah, definitely. And then just makes their day getting the chat coming in and interacting with them, and they've never really experienced that before, and it's just makes the day and that, and makes your day, and everybody's interacting and how it should be, having a good time and learning, and it's just a nice place to be.
It is. What about you, Brim? Anyone else other than Unicorn Queen?
Yeah, so I mean, one video I did see that made me giggle, and we've spoken about him in the past for his very interesting thumbnails, is Stimpy.
Oh.
He recently put up a video a few days ago. DayZ has an end boss, and it has a special cameo towards the end with Uncle Ray Ray.
Oh,
no, it was Ray Ray.
Was it Uncle Ray Ray?
It was Uncle Ray Ray, yeah. And
I thought it was Lax.
Lax would be very happy to hear, I'm sure. But I couldn't help but giggle at Stimpy's video when Ray Ray was on, because I was sat there, and I think I got about halfway through the ending of the video after Uncle Ray Ray was sort of introduced in the video, and I realised I had seen that before, because I watched it happen live on Uncle Ray Ray's stream.
Yep.
And at that time had no idea that Stimpy was one of the people that he was talking to.
Oh, wow.
And then obviously Stimpy puts out the video, and I'm like, wait, that's Uncle Ray Ray. Oh, fuck, I watched this. I was like, that's mental. It's like worlds collide in a really different way. And it was just such a brilliant video in general. I mean, obviously Stimpy always does some really good videos. So
are you guys
it was
looking
great.
at my stream at the moment?
His thumbnails just scare me.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's even his thumbnails. He's that much of a fucking weirdo. Even his thumbnails are gay porn.
Yeah, I just see it and I'm like, do I want to watch it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to watch it just from the thumbnail, but
it's almost like when a new video of his comes up, I have to kind of like click on it blind because I just don't want to see the thumbnail. There's a sigh of, oh God, I want to watch it because he's so funny. But that means I've got to click and see the thumbnail. And then to know that all of his... How did he get those past Twitch? How the hell did he get those past Twitch?
I don't know, because that is literal shots from porn. Like, even his thumbnails are just... It's just photoshopped porn shots with like DayZ clothing on top.
Yes.
And like, instead of a cock in a hand, he's put a fucking spray can or something.
Yeah.
Or a gun, but the facial expressions are all still the same and everything, and it's like, I mean, it's funny as fuck, but still, it's like, it's really edgy. I don't know, man. Like that, I wouldn't dare do that. So he's got balls. I give him that.
I've got two myself. One I only found about just before, and I've got it up now. The one is launching his servers tomorrow night. So the one, if you're still here, mate. How do people join them? Let us all know. But the one's been a big supporter of the stream and the of the podcast. Do you know the one, Septic?
Don't think so.
You do, but you don't know why.
My memory's bad. My memory's bad.
This Brim's smiling because he knows what I'm going to bring up here. The one is our resident naughty boy. Think back to the early days of DayZ. Who were the most hated people in the DayZ community?
Oh no, I can't think. My memory's gone.
I'll give you a clue. 420.
Oh yeah.
The one was one of the admins behind, one of the modders behind 420.
Yeah. Now I remember. Yeah.
He's a very, very naughty boy, is the one, but he's now seen the light, and he's a good boy, and he's changed for the better of everyone. You know the Vanilla Plus Deathmatch server?
Yeah.
That's his.
Oh, that's his. I love that server.
Him and Gravity Wolf are the two guys behind it. He's a very, very talented modder. The one, are you still here, mate? He gets sick of me bringing this up, but he still comes back every week. He comes back.
No, I remember 420. I think the one used to message me all the time, and I didn't want to touch 420 because of the reputation. And yeah, so but they used to all, and I'm pretty sure the one used to message me as well back in the day.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I want to look at stuff because it's leaked stuff, but I don't want to look at it because DayZ dev team's gonna fucking rake me over the coals. And yeah, so I avoided it.
Yeah.
But no, V++ servers are amazing. I love them. I need to play more to get practice for PvP.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I mean, hey, if I can turn around from selling hacks, I'm sure you can too.
And the other one is another Australian guy who is going to be partnered very, very soon. I have no doubt, and that is D-Hop, who was in the chat earlier. He's probably gone to bed now. But D-Hop is just killing it lately. He gets 50, 60, up to 100 viewers. He's got a very contagious style. He's just very easygoing. He could trash talk with the best of them, but he's also one of the few people who did help promote the Moonshine fundraiser as well. So
awesome.
A big shout out to D-Hop. He's an amazing Aussie streamer who, for this dead game, is going to be yet another one who's getting that lovely little purple tick beside their name sometime soon to congratulate him on the work that he's been putting into. He's also been instrumental in helping Fubar Bundy get Fubar's server off the ground and up and running. He's quite a technical guy, and again, another guy who is very supportive of the DayZ community, particularly here in Australia. He's been streaming and advertising the server he's on, which is always hard when you're a bit of a PvP god. Everyone wants to be able to be the one to claim that they killed D-Hop, or they killed Lax, or they killed Fubar, or something like that. But he was prepared to take that on the chin and advertise what server he was on. And obviously all the issues that came with that. So yeah, big ups to D-Hop and the one. Guys, thank you so much. Brim, where can they catch you if they want to check you out?
So I'm back streaming a little bit more. I've taken a sort of a couple of weeks slow recently for various reasons. But you can find me twitch.tv/brimstone_live. So you can catch me on there. I would say probably I'm going to try and get a schedule going, try and get a decent schedule going for at least 3 or 4 times in the next week or so. And then obviously every Saturday for the podcast. And then I do a little bit of YouTubing every now and then, but I won't shout that one out yet because fuck knows when I'm going to be actually pulling my finger out to do that one. So, but all the links can be found on my Twitter and on my actual Twitch channel as well. So, yeah, you can find me anywhere where there's controversy normally.
And Val?
Yep.
You haven't been streaming much lately, mate.
No, I've pretty much. I think I've been working from home for the past sort of 6 months. So I think I've been working at the PC all day. So I think just the thought of being back on the PC after working there all day is not good, and not good for my back either. So I think I've been taking a bit of time away, and that's part of the reason I've been doing more things like writing. So, but yeah, I've not really been streaming. I expect to be back. Because of the last stream I did, I had a massive raid from Amberstead, so I think I need to, I think I need to get back into it. But I think for now I'm taking a bit of time away, and hopefully I'll be back soon.
When you're not feeling it, mate, because there's nothing worse than watching someone who's not enjoying what they're doing.
No, and that's why I didn't want to force myself to do it. I think because I just wouldn't be good for me physically or mentally. So I think just taking a bit of time away is good.
Bloody hell, Batty, you scared the crap out of me then. You've got Batty's stream being hosted in the background, and she started pulling her top off. And I was like, hell, we're not going to see an Alinity moment, are we? But no, she had a singlet on underneath. Good to see her face again. I miss Batty. She was lovely.
Yeah, I miss her, yeah.
And Septic, I put a link to your channel, mate. Tell us what you're doing, lovely.
Thanks, mate. I am streaming. Set up a schedule, 6 p.m. Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday. We won't be doing it today because we did this today. So I'm going to spend the rest of the weekend with the family. YouTube videos, putting them out as much as I can. You follow me on Septic Falcon everywhere. I am everywhere. Septic Falcon, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. OnlyFans, just kidding, but I'm thinking about it. Seems to be the way to go these days. It's all information is in my Twitter and on my Twitch there in the about page. do all sorts, mainly DayZ, of course, and survival stuff. But we're doing a bit of the Grounded next week, which is a Microsoft and Obsidian survival game. That's like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Comes out next week, so we're going to be doing that on stream. Horizon Zero Dawn coming out next month. We're going to be showing that off PC Ultra settings and Flight Simulator when that comes out.
Coming?
Yeah. I'm a partner with the Dead Matter, so as soon as that's out, I'll be covering that. Which I was just thinking actually when you said about the V++, I might do like a community thing and practice at the same time and just say right, let's go in a V++ server and just do deathmatch together, get all the chat in, and just fill up a server V++ and practice at the same time. It'd be fun for everybody. I love doing anything that I can interact with chat. I love it. So if a game does good Twitch interaction, like I played Hyperspace, new battle royale game from Ubisoft, it's got real good Twitch interaction. The chat can vote for events in game to help you or hinder other players and stuff like that. And it's I love that kind of stuff. So we did Stream Racer as well last week, which I don't know if you ever seen Marbles.
Yeah.
Where the whole chat type join and then they're all marbles and the AI does it all and bounces their ball about. With the Stream Racer is cars and it's just an AI car that races for them. And then obviously you got to win the track. All they do is type race and they get put in and that was super popular for what it is, a small new Twitch interaction game. And everybody had a lot of fun with that. So I love that kind of stuff, getting everybody involved and meeting new people. You get a lot of new people that way. So, it's just having a good time, meeting good people and staying positive and having laughs. That's what it's all about.
Awesome, Septic. You are a true gentleman and a scholar of the DayZ community, mate, and you deserve to be back where you were in the early days, mate. And hopefully that comes back very, very soon for you because you deserve all that success and then some. You're
Thanks, man.
Someone I look up to in this community, mate.
Means a lot.
Thank you all so much, gentlemen. See you all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Be rude not to, I think.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. I had fun.
We'll definitely look at getting you back on in the future, Septic. Thank you so much for coming
definitely.
along, mate.
Cheers.
My pleasure.
All the best, everyone, and ciao for now.
Bye.
See you later, guys.
See you later.